How will you be getting the last laugh against your enemy or hater? How will you be getting the last laugh? Hi, my name is Diana, Psychic Intuitive, and before you are 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is from the AstroMatrix Tarot deck. And the object associated with pile 1 is the pink dyed agate stone. Pile 2 is from the Good Fortune Tarot. And the associated object is the purple dyed agate stone or slice. Pile 3 is from the Sacred Roots Tarot deck. And the associated object is a polished blue agate stone or slice. Pile 4 is from the Circular Tarot deck. And the associated object is the green dyed agate stone or slice. Choose whichever pile you feel most attracted to. You may feel attracted to more than one pile, or you can choose whichever stone you feel most attracted to, and they can reinforce your choice or maybe give you an alternative choice. If you're still undecided or would like to choose an additional pile, then let me go ahead and add your zodiac signs. You can choose the zodiac sign of your enemy or your hater, or you can choose your own. Just follow your intuition, and of course if you get to the reading and it's not resonating, you can come back to choosing your pile and you can choose another pile until you get it right, because I guarantee if you're attracted to this video, your reading is in here. Let me go ahead and add the zodiac signs. Be right back. Pile 1, we have the Pisces, Taurus, and Gemini zodiac signs affiliated. You can choose their or your rising or sun sign for this pile, which would be Pisces, Taurus, or Gemini going along with pile 1. Pile 2 has Capricorn, Aries, and Libra associated. Pile 3 has Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Scorpio associated. And pile 4 has Cancer, Leo, and Virgo associated with that pile. Feel free to pause if you need to in order to make your choice or choices, and I will catch up with you at your reading or readings. Welcome to reading pile 1. So, how will you get the last laugh against your enemy or hater? So you chose this pink colored agate crystal. You may or may not have chosen Pisces, Taurus, and Gemini. Okay. So you're going to be getting the last laugh against your hater, pile 1, by the love that you receive. Okay, someone's either loving you right now or is going to be loving you, and I feel like this person didn't want you to be loved. This person maybe they either didn't want you to be loved or they didn't expect you find love, maybe because they were out against your reputation, or they wanted you to feel or think, or others to feel or think, that you were unlovable. I feel like maybe this person may have been competing with you or wanted to look like they're the ones who are lovable and you're not. You're going to be getting the last laugh, pile 1, by the emotional healing that you receive. You're not going to be hurt by this person, okay, like in a lasting way. Maybe they did hurt you, but that injury, that emotional injury, is not going to remain. You're going to heal up. You're going to get stronger. You're going to be happy. You're going to feel loved. All these good things are going to be happening for you. You're going to be cared for. You're going to find people who care for you. Okay? I feel like this person may have tried to sully your reputation, or maybe make it seem like no one wanted to be your friends, or, get people to stop being friends with you. But your last laugh is going to be that you will make amazing friends who would treat you very well, genuine people who genuinely like you, or you will be holding on to your friendships. Nothing this person does is going to get your friends to stop being friends with you. You know, if you did lose some friends or something like this, know that there are friends of yours who will stick around, who will come back around, who will not fall for this false rhetoric or this scandal or whatever it was, and they're going to remain your friends. And this is how you're going to have part of how you're going to have the last laugh. Yeah, people are going to have goodwill towards you, pile 1. You're going to have, in the situation you're dealing with, people are going to show you goodwill, have goodwill towards you. People are going to harmonize with you, and people are going to have compassion for you. I feel like this person, they wanted others to view you as bad or maybe as evil or something, and they wanted to trash your reputation or the way people view you, so that you wouldn't get love from the people around you, so you wouldn't get support and harmony from the people around you. And any attempts they have made to try to get this to be your fate is going to fail. It's going to fail. This is what's going to be your last laugh. Yeah, you're protected, pile 1. You're protected. Your friends will protect you, and your friendships are protected from this hater or enemy. Yeah, your friends are going to bind to you. Nothing they do is going to be able to cast friendships away from you, or maybe split you asunder from someone who's very loving towards you. I feel like this person may have tried to sabotage your relationship or your relationships, and they're not going to be able to. Okay, it's going to remain strong. You're going to remain grounded. I feel like this person, this hater or enemy, they try to discombobulate you and make you feel like maybe that you didn't belong, or make you feel like you were like all out of sorts, or kind of like scatterbrained or something like this. This was the evil eye energy they try to put your way. But you're going to have the last laugh because you're protected, pile 1. You're protected from their shenanigans. You're protected from their haterishness. You're protected from anything. Also, I'm getting like a reversal. Okay, so there's this idea that there's something they wished for you to happen to you, maybe because they were mad at you, or because they just wanted to see you fail, or they were competing with you. I don't know what the core motivation is. Maybe it was jealousy, I don't know, but they were wishing something evil on your fate. You know, wishing for something bad, or wanting to sort of like manipulate and cause something bad to happen to you. And I see that there's going to be a reversal, meaning the same thing they tried to do to you will happen to them. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. So for instance, if they try to break up your friendships or ruin your reputation, what's going to end up happening to them is that their friendship is going to be broken up, and their reputation is going to be ruined, and they're going to lose out on their relationship, and the people who love them are going to stop believing in them and cast them out. Whatever it is they were trying to do to you will reverse to them. Okay, yeah, I'm getting release. Someone's going to release them. That's how you're going to get the last laugh. They're either going to be released by a company, or be released by people, or something like this. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, I washed my hands off this person. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. This is how they're going to be treated. Yeah, you're also going to get, I feel like you're going to get lucky at something, pile 1. You're going to become very abundant and very lucky in some capacity, and they're going to see this. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh, okay? Something's going to happen to you that's going to make you very happy. You're going to get a lot of something that you really want. I feel like you're going to do really well when it comes to the opposite gender, like if you are, like in the dating world specifically, okay? In the dating world, you're going to do very well, or in the realm of relationships, and this is how you're going to have the last laugh. Maybe they were trying to see your romantic relationships fall apart, or maybe you were having a hard time in relationship sector, and they were sort of holding this over your head. They're going to see that you're going to triumph and find a good man, or a good relationship, or a good person to be with, and this is how you're going to get the last laugh. And understanding, you're going to grow in your enlightenment about, you know, the whole dynamic, pile 1, how they treat you, what they were thinking. What is this big perspective? You're going to have this aerial view of the situation. So it's almost like whatever moves they try to play against you, you're not going to be on the other side of the board and they're on the other side of the board. You're going to be on the other side of the board while they're, you know, opposing, facing them, but you're also going to have an aerial view. They're not going to have this advantage. You're going to have the advantage of being able to see what it is they're up to, and see how their plays are going to affect your plays and how you can cancel them very easily. You know, you're going to have a very dominant view of the situation, and this is part of how you're going to get your last laugh. I don't know exactly how, but that's what's going to be happening. Wow, pile 1. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. Let's see. I'm going to get information first on how this person how they hurt you. Let's get more information about that, and then we're gonna spend the rest of the reading looking into how you're gonna get the last laugh against your hater or your enemy. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, so this person was butting heads with you, fighting with you. It could be a territorial thing. It could be that they were competing with you. It could be that they were naysaying you and always wanting to like go against you, no matter what it is that you were saying, because they were competing with you. I want to look like that they know what they're talking about. They were countering your energy in some type of way, going against what you had to say, or the way you wanted to do it. They wanted to do it differently. So they were butting heads with you. There was a clash of opinions, or a clash of opinions, or a clash of directives, or a clash of just a conflict, really. They conflicted with you, and we're going to get more information. Exactly. This may have caused you stress, and I'm so sorry about this, pile one. We have the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, they may have competed with you when it came to relationship sector. So very specifically for some of you, this person may have competed with you when it came to your soulmate, or your mate, or your man, or your woman, or something like this. They maybe you found a good relationship, or you found someone who really wanted you and loved you, but they would compete with you for this person. Or they would, I'm going to give an example. Maybe you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and your boyfriend or your girlfriend will come to visit you at work. And then this person would like try to show you up, or try to show up in their sexiest dress ever, because they knew your man or your woman was going to be there, smelling really good, and just walk past like, look what you're missing, like they overtly competed with you, pile one. And this could be in the face of a relationship, or in the face of something that you really love, that you chose for yourself. It could be a career. It's possible. It could be some type of situation where maybe at work it could be a sport or something like this. It could be a sport is where you expect competition, but I'm just getting like there was some sort of opportunity or situation that you were faced with, and it's like the universe had said, this is your mate, or this is your person, or this is your situation, and it's like you had found that perfect situation for yourself, or your soulmate, or whoever, and this person wanted to come in and rain on your parade. This person wanted to come in and compete with you for this situation or for this person. This is part of how they were trying to hurt you. We have the Page of Swords. Okay. Yeah, this person wouldn't mind their own business. Yeah, they didn't want to mind their own business. They were nosy. They try to like get all up in your stuff and try to know about like your situation and spy on your situation to see how y'all were doing, and try to get as much information about your situation so that they could use it to their advantage. Yeah, they were very mentally curious, and they were just like a busybody, and they were almost wanting to get, like, put their nose up in your business. Like, I wonder what they're doing now. Oh, they found their soulmate. Oh, Part 1 found their soulmate situation, huh? Well, let me see how it's doing. Let me see how it's doing, so that they could hold on to that information for competitive purposes. It could be that they were seeing how good your situation was going, and they were competing with you by trying to make that happen for themselves. And so it's like, but they weren't doing it for themselves. They were doing it against you. Okay, so a good example could be, say you finally lost a bunch of weight and you glowed up, and this person got jealous of you, and then they started trying to lose weight, and they lost weight and they glowed up. And when you showed up and you were like, oh well, good for you, and they're like, yeah, that's right, and you were happy for them that they lost weight. Well, in their minds they're like, that's right, you're not gonna be the only one who loses weight around here. I'm also hot. And it's like, what? Like you're just like, I'm just doing me, okay? And they're trying to compete with you, okay? Instead of just doing them and being better than they were before, like you were doing. You were just doing the best you could for your situation, and they were just looking at you as someone to compete with. And so it was an unhealthy thing on their end. The example continues with, all right, so they lost weight, you're happy for them, and then they're like, that's right, and they thought that you were competing with them. It's like, no, I just wanted to better my life and better my health. I just want to live a long life. And they're like, yeah, I know you were competing, you wanted to look the hottest around here. And you're like, no, that's not it, I just wanted to improve my health. And then one day you show up and you're wearing a very nice cashmere sweater and a pencil skirt and nice heels to work, and then the next day they show up with a cashmere sweater and pencil skirt and nice heels to work, and then they upgraded it by adding some really expensive looking jewelry. Like they were just competing with you, like they were always watching what you were doing so they could one up it. Immature. We have the Four of Swords. So in some of y'all's situation, I feel like this person may have stressed you out a little bit. They made you want to take a chill pill. They made you want to like back away and go rest or something because you just found them to be too much trouble. I feel like this person, maybe because of what they learned about your situation, they used it to their advantage and it got you exiled from a certain situation, or maybe you got banned from a certain situation because they got some intel on you that they used against you and used it to get you exiled or banned or something like this. I'm so sorry if that happened. And that's very specific. Only take it as it resonates. We have pile 1. So how did they hurt you? 2 of Cups. Yeah, they tried to get in the way of a relationship that you had, pile 1. It's clear as day. They wanted to end this relationship. Maybe they succeeded in some of y'all's cases. They ended up succeeding in getting in the way of a relationship that you were being loved. I'm getting love a lot. Okay, there was a friendship you had, maybe it wasn't romantic. Maybe it was just platonic. But you were really close to someone or close to something, and you were loved just like they loved you, and just like you loved them. And this person tried to mess with this. They tried to mess with your situation being healed, or maybe they tried to get in the way of your reconciliation with someone that you had fallen out of, had a falling out with. Yeah, it's love for sure. I feel like this person tried to get in the way of a love relationship of yours. They tried to mess it up, but I feel like, especially with as much love that I'm seeing here, is that it didn't work though. But they tried hard. They tried hard to discombobulate this loving situation. So for a lot of you guys were able to successfully hold on to your relationship, but they were a nuisance. They were full of it. They were spying on you. They were trying to copy you. They were trying to get in your way of your happiness. 4 of Pentacles. This could be like possibly like an in-law. Maybe you got married and maybe the mother of your mate was like, no, pile 1's partner is actually mine. Or maybe they refuse to share with you financially, or give you raises. Maybe this was a work situation, or they refused to give you things that you had coming because you were in a very good, loving relationship. That's one particular message coming through. Just take it all as it resonates. I feel like this person, they were possessive of someone. Maybe they were your sister-in-law, or they were the sibling of the person that you were friends with, or that you were in a relationship with, or that you were dating, and they were very possessive of this person around you. They competed with you. They wanted to be like, no, I'm important to pile 1's man too. I'm also important to pile 1's lover. So I'm a big part of pile 1's life. I'm not going to allow pile 1 to just go out. Maybe this was the mother of the person you dated, and whenever y'all want to get together, the parent would be like, no, pile 1, I'm sorry, your boyfriend or your girlfriend is not coming out with you tonight. We have things we're doing, so I'm going to be holding on to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Maybe they didn't want to support your relationship by, helping out financially. Maybe you could have really used help with putting a down payment on an apartment or a house, and they had the money, but they didn't want to share with you because they didn't want to see your relationship succeed. They didn't want to see you become comfortable with this person. Wow, pile 1, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this. Okay, they definitely, I'm seeing an energy of withholding in the face of someone seeing how loved you are, trying to get in the way of this relationship. Okay, we have Temperance. This is how you are getting the last laugh, pile 1. So pile 1, I think something that they really underestimated about your situation, this hater or enemy, is that they really underestimated how much of a good fit you are with this person. You are an excellent fit with this person, your love relationship or the situation you were dealing with. You are a great fit for that situation, and there's been compromise all around. There is a commitment to making it work, and regardless of what shenanigans they try to pull, the last laugh that you're going to be having, pile 1, is that your relationship will be succeeding. Your situation will be working well, regardless of how they have behaved. They may have gotten in the way, tried to keep you away from this person, or exiled you for a time, but there was a reunion. They just could not stop this loving relationship, though they tried. They did everything they could within their power to get in the way of it, or sabotage it in some type of way. We got the King of Swords, exactly. So pile one, the way you're getting your last laugh is that this person that you were dating, or this, it could be at work too, they're going to understand what this other person was doing. They're going to understand that your hater or enemy was trying to get in the way of this relationship, and they're going to become cold towards this person. They're going to become logical towards this person. They're not going to be loving towards this person who's being possessive of your mate, or being possessive of the situation that you are loving. It's like maybe they were thinking, I'm going to be possessive, I'm going to hold it to myself, I'm going to keep it to myself, and maybe they wanted this love for themselves, right? Well, they're not going to be getting it, Power One. That's how you're going to be getting a last laugh. They're not going to be getting the love that you were getting. They're not. It's partly because of how they behaved. It's going to be a put off, and it's going to towards your mate or this other third party that you're dealing with, this person that you're dealing with, the soulmate person or soulmate situation. That's what I'm going to call it. This soulmate person or soulmate situation that you're dealing with, they're not going to like this other person. They're going to be cold to them. They're going to be logical. They're going to be more about their head and less about their heart. They're not going to get any kind of like warmth or tenderness from your soulmate person or soulmate situation. It's not going to go the way they want. They could have exerted all the powers. Your hater enemy could have exerted all the power they want, trying to hold on to it for themselves. But what's going to end up happening is that this person, your soulmate person or soulmate situation, is not going to love them back. They're not going to play favorites with them. It's going to be cold. So even if they succeeded in getting rid of you for a time, while you were out of the picture for a bit, or maybe you are currently, I don't know what the exact specifics of it. I'm just seeing the energies here. This person, who your hater or enemy, is going to be treated coldly by your soulmate person or soulmate situation. They're going to be like, okay, well, for you to remain here, okay, your soulmate person or soulmate situation is going to be telling your hater or enemy, for you to remain part of this, or you're going to have to do this, this, and this, okay? And they're going to be like, oh, but I thought we were feeling something. And you're like, your soulmate person or soulmate situation is going to be like, I'm not feeling anything for you. It's not like that. I'm not feeling tender towards you. I was feeling tender towards Power One, not you. Okay, they may not say this outright, but their feelings, okay, your soulmate person, soulmate situation's feelings, emotions, and tenderness is towards you, Power One, not towards your hater or your enemy. And that's going to be how you're getting the last laugh. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's this idea that the truth shall set you free. Okay, you are the truth, Power One. Okay, the way you're going to be getting the last laugh is that they're not going to be able to get in the way of your soulmate person or soulmate situation contacting you, talking to you. I feel like your soulmate person or soulmate situation may contact this person, this hater or enemy of yours, and say things to them that are cold. Say the truth to them, actually. And is not going to be warm or anything like that to them, okay? It's just going to be about cut and dry truth with this person. And it's going to break your hater enemy's heart. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, why can't you just be nice to me like you are to Power One? Why can't you just be fond of me or have a soft spot for me like you do with Power One? It's not going to happen, Power One. Okay, the truth of the matter is that this soulmate person or soulmate situation is warm towards you. They're tender towards you. They love you. They want to be close to you. They want to heal the relationship with you, not with your hater or enemy. They feel more like cold and calculating and financial with this other person. Okay. All right, we're getting next with the Knight of Swords. How will you be getting the last laugh? Yeah, I feel like your soulmate person or soulmate situation, Part 1, is going to be rude. They're going to be rude to your hater enemy. They're going to like cuss them out, or they're going to mock them or roast them or something like this. Your hater or enemy is going to be roasted by your soulmate person or soulmate situation. They're going to say things about them that are rude. They're going to be cold. They're going to do and say things with your hater or enemy like, I don't care about the consequences of what I got to say or do to you. I don't care. They're going to be cold and unfeeling towards your hater or enemy. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh in this situation. We're getting the King of Cups. Yes. And I see that your soulmate person or soulmate situation or friendship or whatever is going to remain very warm to you. So there's going to be this juxtapositioning of energies where that person that they were being possessive, your hater enemy was being possessive of, is just going to be cold to them, rude to them, uncaring, callous. But with you, they're going to be warm. They're going to be loving. They're going to find a compromise. They're going to try to be a good match with you. They're going to talk things out with you. They're going to be ethical with you. If this other person was thinking that they could get your soulmate person or soulmate situation to cheat on you, it's not going to be happening. They're going to be very ethical, and they're not going to cheat on you, okay, with your hater or enemy. But I feel like that's what they're wanting. Your hater enemy is wanting this, but they're not going to be getting that. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. We have the star. Yes, so pile 1, you're going to be getting the last laugh because you're going to be the chosen one. You're going to be getting healed. You're going to be getting emotional healing from whatever attempts or that they tried to have with you to hurt you. You're going to be healing from it. And also, I see that you're going to be chosen when it comes to the love sector. Pile 1, you're going to be the one, okay? You are the one for this person, and not your hater or enemy. I'm getting third party vibes, like a third wheel or someone who wants to take your mate or your partner, or even someone who wants to take your job or who's competing with you for an opportunity. And this is a last laugh for you because this person worked so hard against you. Even though your relationship with your soulmate person or situation was written in the stars. This is like the real deal, pile 1, that you have going here. And so this person's kind of got low grade energy. I'm getting minor arcana for them all over the place. They're just like, oh no, I gotta, we got a 4 Pentacles, which represents the Lord of earthly power. Okay. They're wanting to sort of like be stingy and like, no, I'm gonna maneuver and keep this here and keep this there. They're gonna make the little maneuverings and machinations to keep certain things here or there. But it's not gonna matter, pile 1, because you are the chosen one. It's been written in the stars that you are the main one. You're giving off main character energy while they're giving off side character energy. So no matter how much they try to, move things in their direction or use whatever power they had to get in your way or sabotage or move things in their direction or maneuver, it's not going to matter. They're going to remain a side character while you are the main character. Okay. The last laugh is the 2 of Swords. I'm going to pull these down so we can kind of get a reminder what we're dealing with here. So the last laugh you're going to be getting, pile 1, is that your hater enemy is going to be ignored. They're not even going to be noticed. All their efforts will be in vain. All of it will be in vain. Whatever they did, holding back from you, not sharing with you, getting your way, competing with you, butting heads with you, trying to bring drama your way, trying to do moves to help exile you and get you out of the situation, make the spying on you, try to get information so they can, kind of sabotage your situation with all this. You're going to get the last laugh because ultimately they're going to be ignored. Ultimately, they're not going to be noticed. Ultimately, people are going to be undecided about this person. They're going to be undecided and their situation is going to stagnate. The situation is going to stagnate. It's not going to progress like they want. That's going to be the last laugh. So if this is at a company or something like this and they were competing with you, they're not going to get promoted. The situation, they're just going to be stuck there. They're going to be like, no, I'm holding on to this. I'm holding on to that. And there they will be. There they will be. They will not progress from there. They will stay stuck while you will get elevated to heights beyond. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm holding on to this. Look at me. I'm the king of the city skyline, right? I'm all the skyscrapers. I'm the king of this. I'm blocking. But you're going to be the queen of the stars, pile 1. You're going to be the king or queen of the stars. They're going to be the king or queen of the skyline, the city skyline with all the skyscrapers and big money and all this. You're going to be the king or queen of the stars. Okay, I'm getting like they're going to remain at this job where they were. They had like a good position, but you're going to become a celebrity. Like it's just going to be a different thing. It's going to be a different thing in a different realm. You're going to be like way above them. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Okay, you're going to be the chosen one for this person. If it's a romantic situation, this person's going to look at you, not your hater or enemy, but this person that we keep picking up on here. It's maybe a love situation, maybe it's the person who hired you or whatever, the person who chose you or the situation that chose you is going to look at you either as the one that got away, and they're always going to like lust after you and hope for you, wish for you, dream about you, or they're going to hold on to you. They're going to refer to you that way or view you that way, and they're going to try to work with you and keep you in their life, while this other one's going to be ignored. This other one's going to be treated coldly, your hater or your enemy. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards and get more information. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are getting love. Oh my God, of course, right? So the last laugh, pile one, is that you're going to end up with the person you love. You're going to end up with a situation you love that loves you back. Okay, this person is going to love you back, pile one. There's no mistaking. Okay, they're going to adore you. This is how you get the last laugh, is that this person, your hater or enemy, try to get in the way of your relationship or try to compete with you or something like this, or try to sabotage it in some type of way. But you're going to get the last laugh because they will not be able to deter this person from loving you. They will not be able to get in the way of your connection with this person, or they will not be able to get in the way of you finding someone you love. Okay, maybe you hadn't gotten into a relationship yet, and this person, maybe you are still dating, and this person was competing with you during the early stages for your love and for your lover, but your lover ended up choosing you anyway. They still chose you regardless of how this other person was behaving, competing with you, wearing sexy clothes, trying to distract it, or trying to gossip or get information so they could use it against you and all this. They will fail miserably at this, and you're going to be getting last laugh because that person, look how this person's holding the man's holding the woman's chin, looking like that it's all about you. It's you I want. I'm caught up in you. I love your lips. I love your eyes. I love it. I just see they're going to see you on like social media or something, and they're going to be seeing you being held and loved by this person that they tried so hard to derail from you. Okay, next we're getting bell announcement. Oh my gosh, you're going to be getting the last laugh, pile one, because you might be getting engaged to this person. You might be getting married. An announcement's going to be made that y'all are together, or you might update your status on social media. Your relationship status is going to get updated because you're with this person, or they're going to hear news of engagement, or hear news of y'all getting married, or something like this. And there's going to be maybe a big party, because I'm seeing a wedding bell, right? A big like gong gong, come on, come one, come all, pile one and so are getting married. I mean, it's just going to tear them apart. Pile one. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. Nothing they could do, the whole competing and getting your way, butting heads with you, trying to make it seem like you were wrong, you weren't quite the right fit, you weren't quite right, it's going to be all for nothing, because you're going to end up being the right match, the right fit for this person or this situation. Okay, so we have government. Okay. Public schools, healthcare, and employment are all impacted by the government. Get involved by knowing your elected officials and voting. Okay. We see someone here, she looks very serious, a government official of some kind. She's getting ready to sign a contract or put something into law, and maybe she's being pressured, or let's keep looking and get more information. We have sowing seeds. Okay. So pile one, the way you're going to be getting the last laugh against your hater or enemy is that you are going to be getting a lot of benefits. Okay. You're going to be getting healthcare benefits, employment benefits. You're going to be going to school. You've been getting a lot of help from the government. Maybe you're going to be becoming a citizen, or you're just going to become legit and official. Pile one, you're going to become official and legit in some type of way, and the seeds that you sowed with your love or your lover is going to sprout into becoming something official, becoming legit, becoming legal. So I'm definitely getting like some serious marriage vibes here, or just signing a contract and becoming more like formally committed to a certain situation where your hater or enemy was always butting heads with you or fighting with you or something like this. You're going to become the one who is empowered, who can sign things into law. You're going to become, I'm getting that main character energy again, pile one. You're going to be getting the last laugh because you're going to be the main character. You're going to be the one calling the shots. People are going to be petitioning you and saying, please, can you sign our document? Can you do this? Can you do that? And this person or situation they chose you is going to empower you to, is going to give you these powers. It's going to be like, yeah. No, they're going to be telling people, no, talk to Power One. I don't want to deal with stuff. Power One's got it. I trust Power One's decisions. Power One's going to be the boss. My assistant boss. Maybe they'll be the, executive director, and you're going to be the office manager or something like that. Power One's my right hand man or woman, or Power One's my wife. Go talk to my wife. Power One's my I trust Power One's decisions. You're just going to be official. You're going to be petitioned. People are going to come to you. This is how you're going to be getting last laugh. Power One is that things are going to be official for you. You're going to be made official. You're not going to be a hanger-on. You're not going to be a wannabe. You're going to be the real deal. Okay, so apply that to your situation as it fits. We got eavesdropping. Didn't we get a busybody trying to get in on your information, and trying to get in on your information or learn about you or something like this? We got eavesdropping, secretly listening in. Oh my gosh, how are you going to be getting the last laugh? We got eavesdropping, secretly listening in. We got that with a Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is someone who's always asking questions. The Page of Swords is someone who's curious, who's eavesdropping, spying, okay, and getting information. We have orange soda, nostalgia, indulgence, simplicity, sweetness, memories, childhood, joy, uncomplicated. So you're going to be getting the last laugh, Power One, because this person is going to be looking for dirt on you. Okay, they're going to be looking for dirt on you, and they're not going to find any. They're only going to find truth. They're only going to find justice. They're only going to find sweet things and nostalgic memories, and you being a sweet person, you being a simple person, you be having pleasant memories, you being a good background. It's like this person, your hater enemy, is looking to get information about you. Like, yeah, I know Power One. I want to get the dirt on Power One. I bet you Power One's a criminal. I bet you they have a bad dating history. I bet you they suck. I bet you they've hurt people. I bet they're faking their identity or their character to be someone they're not. I'm going to find the real dirt on Power One. They're going to find nothing. They're only going to find sweet things. They're only going to find idyllic things. They're going to hear very good things about you, Power One. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. It's like they're going to go do their spying. They're going to go do all their researching and eavesdropping and all that. Only going to hear that your mate is chosen situation or chosen person or soulmate situation is sweet to you and talks nicely to you, and that y'all have a good relationship, and that things are good between y'all, and that where you come from, you're innocent. You're an innocent Power One. That's what they're going to be finding out about you, and that's how you're going to be getting the last laugh. Let's get more information. We have experiencing frequent conflict. Oof. And skyward reach. Okay, so Power One, another way you're going to be getting the last laugh on this situation is that they're going to be fighting with your soulmate person or soulmate situation. There's going to be conflict between your hater or enemy and your soulmate person or soulmate situation, okay, or your chosen mate or chosen situation that is getting along well with you. There's going to be conflict between your hater or enemy in this situation, okay. And it's interesting. I saw a skyline here. Now I'm seeing a skyscraper. Very interesting. This could be a work situation for some of y'all for sure. Okay, this could be some workplace drama or some corporate clash or conflict or business place. This person's going to be experiencing a lot of conflict in their lives. You're going to be getting the last laugh because while you are ascending, gaining power, being promoted, your ascent is going to be almost limitless, because you can see the skyscrapers reaching into the clouds. They're going to be stuck at the lower levels fighting people. You see, you're going to be down here. Look, you're up there, they're down here. So Power One, what I'm seeing is that this person is going to get stuck at the lower levels, fighting with people, fighting with rude workers, because of the way their mouth and what they like to say about people and talk crap about you. They're going to be facing up to conflict from others because of this way that they treated you, because of the things they said about you. They're going to be experiencing frequent conflict because of the way you were treated, because of the things they said about you. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. Is there's going to be like a glass ceiling. They're not going to be able to go beyond a certain point. And someone's going to be talking rudely to them and fighting them because of the things they're choosing to say about you, or maybe it's just their personality or their attitude. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh, is that you're going to be ascending while they're stuck below having conflict. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to your next set of oracle cards. We have Justice. Oh my goodness. And Siren Call, Sexual Tactics, Gaining Attention, Lured by Temptation. Part 1, the way you're going to be getting the last laugh is that they're going to be looking like a hag and you're going to be looking like a siren. Okay? So the difference is going to be very clear to your chosen person or chosen situation. They're going to be like, I don't want anything to do with Part 1's hater or enemy. They're rude, they're bitchy, and it's not about age, okay? It's about the energies that they cultivate has aged them and made them look like a witch. You know what I'm saying? And so they're going to be receiving the justice of having cultivated these energies in their looks, their appearance. They're going to have like a permanent scowl on their face. You know, they're not going to be able to hide. The loved ones are going to be real strong on their forehead because they're always like, angry or mad or something or jealous. And you're going to be looking sexy, Part 1. You're going to be looking trim. You're going to be looking young. You're going to be looking svelte. And your chosen person or chosen situation is going to be preferring you. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh, is that you're going to be just very tempting for this person or situation. They're going to be wanting you. Their eyes are going to go to you. They're going to want you. They're going to feel like you're going to appear very appealing to this person. You're going to appear very appealing while the other person's going to come across like a bitch or a hag or something, or witch. But you're going to appear like a very sultry siren calling them, and in a very appealing and luring way. So there's going to be a juxtapositioning of energies here where it's going to be very, very different between you and your hater. Your hater is going to be like a bitchy person. You can see that energy continuing over here with the Knight of Swords and this woman in the Justice card being rude, being bitchy, complaining, and blah blah blah. And you're going to be like, and like touching your chin, and I don't know, it's just very different. You're going to be very appealing compared to this person, especially in the eyes of your chosen person or situation. It could be a work situation or boss, and you're just going to be way more appealing than your enemy or hater. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. We are getting assistance, and number 75, an angel. Oh my gosh, you're going to be helped. Part 1, you're going to receive healing. Look, we got wings. We got wings all over the place, actually. We got some wings here coming through in this section of the... So, Part 1, you are getting the last laugh because of the way you're being viewed. Okay? You're being viewed as good. You're being viewed as an angel. You're being viewed as pure and pure-hearted, being of assistance, being someone who channels the energies of healing and renewal, rejuvenation, spa-like vibes, okay? Whereas this other person is being viewed as a hag, a bitchy person, a troublemaker, a complainer, someone who does injury by saying mean things about other people, like just bitchy, okay? And you, on the other end, are being viewed, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be ageist, but you are being viewed as young, pure, sweet, kind, someone who assists, someone who brings in healing energies. And this is how you are getting the last laugh. You are loved for this, actually. You're being loved for this. Another way you're getting a last laugh, Part 1, is that you will be getting a last laugh against this hater or enemy, is that you're going to be assisted. You're going to be assisted. If you need help in this situation, you're going to receive that help. Okay? You're not going to be left floundering. That's what I'm seeing, is that you're going to be either be giving assistance and be viewed as an angel, or you're going to be assisted by a guardian angel. You're going to have these energies in your life, and you're going to be helped out of whatever yucky situation this is, possibly, or just in life in general. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at your last set of oracle cards. We have male, female. Oh my gosh, they're going to be ignored. and you're going to be elevated, pile 1. Okay, they're going to be stuck. We got the Lord of earthly power with the 4 of Pentacles, and we got the 2 of Swords. So they're going to be scrabbling for a certain type of energy, and some sort of like scrabbling for some sort of power, or something they're going to be able to lay claim on, and they will get to hold on to that. But that's all they're going to get. That's all they're going to get. It's not going to get any better for them. And so things are going to stagnate and reach a stalemate in their situation while you're going to be elevated. Okay. I'm seeing elegant lady, open, deep, romantic love, male's partner, sensuality. So I'm just getting this vibe like, your soul mate person or soulmate situation is going to view you as the main one. Main character energy. Did I not say that? Oh my gosh. Main character energy. Look, main female. Exactly. And we're getting Black Widow. Betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, danger, toxic situation or relationship, web of control, entrapment, unexpected attack, insidious, poisonous, low vibration. I feel, pile 1, that you're going to be viewed as a very beautiful person who is the opposite of these energies here, of someone very vicious, someone very low vibrational, and someone very poisonous. Okay, and you are going to be getting the last laugh, because despite this person trying to attack you, you're going to be elevated and you're going to be viewed as the main one, despite this toxic or low vibrational energy that this hater or enemy tried to bring your way. And they're going to be, see, X marks the spot on the back of that Black Widow. They're going to be easily identified now, all right, by your situation or your person as, oh yeah, that's the bad person over there. And your hater or enemy is going to become, it's going to be clear to everyone who they are. They're going to be well known for the fact that they are negative, they're looking to make trouble, they are dangerous, that they are poisonous, that they hurt people. And that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, for you, beautiful pile 1, if you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If it resonated, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what you thought. I would love to chat with you. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile 2. How will you get the last laugh against your enemy or hater? Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at that message for you. We're going to see how exactly will you be getting the last laugh against your hater or enemy. You may have chosen Aries, Capricorn, or Libra. Okay, so pile 2. I'm getting that you will get the last laugh by being able to see or look into whatever it is that they are doing. It's like they'll be transparent to you. You're getting the last laugh because you're able to see what it is they're doing without them having to say a word to you about what they did. It's like you know what they did. Maybe you have a good tarot reader like me, or you just are very psychic, and this is how you're getting the last laugh. Or you've been to tarot readers or been to psychics and they've told you what was going on with this person. You have that inside information. You may have also gotten like prophetic dreams revealing to you exactly what this hater or enemy did wrong to you, or how they treated you, what they did wrong, how they were involved. And so you can see what their true motivations are. No matter how much they try to smile at you, no matter how much they try to pretend with you, you can tell who they are, what they are, and what's going on with them. Okay, you see the hidden knowledge, pile 2. You're able to adequately judge the situation, and you are not fooled by their tactics or their antics or whatever, strategy they're trying to pull. I'm also getting pile 2 that you're getting the last laugh because your spirituality is very strong. You're spiritually strong, pile 2. You may go to church or meditate regularly or pray regularly. You may be a person of strong faith, and you really believe in the universe and the powers of good in this world, and you align yourself with this. You're very strong when it comes to spirituality and your faith. You're also going to be getting a last laugh, pile 2, by the amount of peace that you're going to have. you're going to have a lot of peace when it comes to your hater or enemy. You're going to have inner peace. Your peace is not going to be disturbed by this person. And also getting that you're going to be balling. I don't know what it is. I think you're going to be like fancy or bougie or something in the way you will dress and carry yourself. You may drive a very nice car, leather interior. You may wear fur coats, maybe faux fur, but like I'm just getting like, this high luxury vibes are coming into play for you in the future on how you will be getting the last laugh. Maybe this person will be feeling poor compared to you, or feeling like you're just like, you're up there and fancy compared to them. And this is going to make them feel small. They shouldn't, but it's going to make them feel small. I don't think we should feel small because someone's dressed fancy. I think we should all have that self-confidence within, no matter what. But this is how you're going to have the last laugh, is that maybe they try to take this away from you, but you're going to be holding on to it. You're going to be holding on to your higher vibrations, Pile 2. Every time they see you, they're just going to get this good vibe. Like things are well with you. Things are well in your world. Like you've seen into the depths of their soul. You've seen the rubbish and all the darkness. You've been filled with light and laughed at it and overcome it already. And they're sitting there scheming, but you already overcome it. And so you're at peace within. Okay. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. You're also going to be maybe maintaining your mystery. You're not going to be telling them about all your business. They're not going to understand how it is you're so happy. And you're going to be holding on to this. It's that you're able to see through them. Okay, this is how you're going to be happy. See through them, understand how bad they are, hold on to your light anyway, and you're going to be psychically, spiritually powerful. Your magic is going to be powerful. I feel like for some of you, Pile 2, you may do some kind of magic or magical protection acts on yourself, spells. So you're going to feel very confident because you have a lot of experience with these spells and knowing how to protect your energy, protect yourself spiritually. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. Okay, you're going to be basically winning and overcoming them spiritually. Okay, so Pile 2, I'm also getting that you're going to be getting the last laugh because you're going to have wised up against them to their nonsense. You're going to have wised up. They're still thinking, Pile 2, that you don't understand what's happening. They're still thinking that you don't get it, that maybe you don't realize that they're the ones causing trouble, or they're the ones who did this, or that you haven't figured out how to overcome their shenanigans when you already have. You've wised up. This is how you'll be having the last laugh. You'll be protected. You'll be having your calm, your peace. I feel like you already have received closure and dealt with all their nonsense. And while they're still sitting there scheming, thinking they're hurting you, you've already overcome it in a big way. This is how you're going to be having your last laugh over them. There's going to be a lot of good fortune in your life. You're already having a bounce back. You'll already be doing much better. You're already, I'm seeing like a spiritual inspiration points for you. You're going to be very spiritually inspired. You're going to be very spiritually powerful. I see you doing astral projections, and there'll be a lot of peace in your home. They may have tried to cause issues in your home, something like this, or issues in your relationships, and it's not going to work. Pile 2. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh, is that you're going to be forgiving the people in your life, and those people in your life are going to be forgiving you. And so any confusion or chaos they try to cause is not going to have any effect on you. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. Your relationships are going to be strong. Your relationships are going to be peaceful and calm. Maybe this person was a troublemaker. Let's look at your tarot cards. I'm really curious to see how they hurt you. We're going to start there, just to get some resonance in this reading so that you're sure you're on the right pile. And then we're going to move into the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they may have tried to disrupt your money flow. They wanted to cause instabilities for you monetarily. Maybe they would pay you sometimes, and then sometimes they wouldn't pay you. This could be your place of work. I'm seeing like financial disruptions. Maybe they try to discombobulate your financial security or your sense of stability by creating financial ups and downs in your life. I feel like this person they were disorganized, and they tried to infect you with their disorganization. They were not financially stable, so maybe they would borrow money from you, or maybe I'm getting borrowing Peter to pay Paul. So maybe this is someone who hired you and they were not able to pay you reliably because of this. That's possible. Maybe they would juggle you with someone else. I'm also getting that this may possibly be romantic for a few of you, and maybe this person was a cheater who juggled you with someone else, or maybe they were a contractor, maybe there was someone who hired you as a contractor, and they would pay you one month and then pay another person the next month. They could never pay all of their bills at once, and so they would juggle you and keep you unstable. Okay, we have number 13, death. I feel like this person tried to hold on to you long after they should have let you go. Okay, so this is a relationship. It could be like something in the back of their minds was telling them, or the right common sense thing would have been to maybe break up with you, or tell you, you know what, it's not working out, I'm sorry, I've been juggling you, cheating on you, and just break up with you so they could stay with one person. But instead they juggled you with someone else instead of letting you go. Okay, that would have been the right thing to do, and they didn't do it. They resisted change, they resisted transformation. Okay, next we're getting the sun. Yeah, I feel like this person, part of why they resisted the changes, they didn't want to let you go. They knew that if they let you go, you would go on to be very successful. You would go on to snag a good relationship or snag a good job with someone else or somewhere else, and they were trying to sort of hold you back from that. They didn't want to admit that it had failed, needed to let you go, and that they weren't going to be the one that was reliable and responsible and always coming through for you, and that they were the fake ones. They needed to let you go. They knew that once they did that, success was yours. The sky would be the limit. They knew it. They knew you would find someone who would love you, take good care of you. You would find a great match because you're a great person, or that you would, because you're so good at what you do, so highly skilled and so professional, that you would be able to find another person who would want to work with you and pay you well and pay you consistently and be responsible and handle your account correctly. They were kind of holding you back from this. Yeah, this person was like a spendthrift, or they were foolish. They were naive. Maybe they took advantage of you. They took advantage of you in some type of way. Maybe you trusted them blindly. You thought things were good, but they took advantage of that. Okay. They were reckless. I do see that they were reckless with you or your resources or your talents or something like this. It's kind of coming through for you on this one. We have the 8 of Wands. They waited unnecessarily. Yeah, they waited unnecessarily, or they panicked, or they didn't end things when they should have ended things. Okay, that's kind of like the theme. It keeps coming up a little bit, like they resisted changes or resisted endings. It could have been also that they said things they regret to you, or they were impulsive. I feel like this person was very impulsive, very reckless also with their spending. They were just foolish, childish. In the Chariot. Okay, this person lacked discipline, and they, I feel like, they were impulsive and lacked discipline. So it could be that they were a cheater. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think that for some of you, we're dealing with a cheater here. Okay, this is how they hurt you. Or if it's a job situation or relationship or your career or money, they were not wise in how they handled the money aspect of things. They did not come through on their end of the deal. Okay. They would ignore the work they were supposed to be doing and impulsively go pursue something else, or they may have abandoned you or abandoned what they were working on and moved on without you. That's possible. Okay, I'm seeing that they impulsively moved away somewhere and they escaped you instead of facing up to you and being responsible to you. That could be how that story ended. Okay. All right. So, and I'm sorry you dealt with this. This has got to be very frustrating. I'm sorry you had to deal with this type of energy in your life. Let's go ahead and take a look at how you will be getting the last laugh against your enemy or hater. We have the Tower. Oh my gosh. Pile 2. This person, they're going to suffer a major downfall. Major downfall. Pile 2. There's going to be upheaval, some kind of disaster. I'm getting like a major illness or bankruptcy, or maybe you'll get robbed or some sort of attack. Something bad is going to happen, very cataclysmic to their existence is going to happen to them. I almost feel like they're going to wake up one day, they're going to be walking around town or something, or they're going to stumble upon some piece of information, and they're going to notice or see that you're doing very well. They're going to see that you are thriving. that you are rich, that you could not be broken, that you are independently wealthy. I don't know what it is. It's something like this, okay, that is going to discombobulate their world and their expectations. It's going to knock them off their throne. They're going to be knocked off their throne. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. It could be something they tried to build at your expense, okay, and then they mistreated you while they were building this thing. That thing's going to fall apart. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. That thing that they built at your expense, okay, while mistreating you, or while being careless or callous with you, or being irresponsible with you, or refusing to let you go, or whatever it was, or being impulsive and mishandling you, that thing that they built is going to fall apart. We're talking bankruptcy, possibly. We're talking some kind of major suffering. They're gonna suffer in some type of major way. Let's get more information. Oh my gosh, it's scandal. 8 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like they may go to prison, pal, too. They're gonna go to prison, maybe because they're a scam artist, and so I feel like there's gonna be some kind of major downfall where, if this is a criminal, someone who scammed you out of money, it's possible, and moved, and you're like, where's my money, and they were gone or something like this, then you should know that they're gonna end up in prison. Maybe if not through litigation because of what happened with you, maybe some other situation, but they're gonna end up there somehow. They're going to be entrapped by their miserable circumstances. This lifestyle they had of juggling things is going to catch up with them, and they're going to become entrapped by miserable circumstances. Okay, this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. I'm also seeing like scandal, people saying bad things about them, saying that they can't be relied upon, that they're all over the place, that they're up today, down tomorrow, that they're unstable. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. For some of y'all, you're going to get the last laugh because this person is going to be working on something. Their work is not going to go well. They're not going to be rewarded for their work, or they're going to be stuck. Yeah, you're going to get the last laugh, pal, too, because you're going to be a hard worker. A situation with them is going to come to an end, and you're going to go off into another situation where your responsibility is going to be honored and cherished and protected, okay? And you're going to take your good skills somewhere else where you're going to have a safety net, and it's going to be protected. I'm seeing toadstools here, and toadstools represent good luck and prosperity. It's also toxicity. So a couple of ways that you're going to be getting the last laugh, pile too, is that you are going to go work on your circumstances, and you're going to get a lot of good luck and prosperity as a result, and that's going to be your last laugh, is you're going to be rewarded for it. But as for them, they're going to go work in a situation where they're going to be surrounded by deceptive people. Okay, I'm getting that expression, live by the sword, die by the sword, or there is no honor amongst thieves, something like this. And I feel like they're going to surround themselves with dishonorable people, and because that's all they're going to have left. So even try as they may to be responsible and methodical and dependable, they're going to be doing it in surroundings where people around them can't be trusted. Interesting. Very interesting message. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. They're going to be betrayed, backstabbed, abandoned. They're going to crash and burn, pal 2. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Well, they're going to collapse. Their situation is going to collapse. They're going to be defeated. This could be another reference to their health. I think it's possible that they might fall very ill. Okay, it's like they're going to get the bottom of the barrel. They're going to crash and burn. They're not going to be able to go any lower. I mean, I see disaster. They're headed for disaster, pal 2. This is going to be your last laugh. Is that this thing they thought they could be doing, keep doing it. It's not going to last. They're going to bottom out, pal 2. And they're either going to run into the kind of people who are going to be like, oh, you want to do that to us? Oh, no, you're finished. And they're going to be stabbed so many times. When I say that, I mean symbolically, of course. I don't know what I'm just reading the energies here. The way you're going to be having a last laugh is they're going to have a major downfall. They may go to prison. They're going to be surrounded by, toxic people, negative, nefarious influences, people who are bad. They're going to be mistreated in prison. They may get beat in prison. If that's the case, for those of you where the person's going to be going to prison or serving some type of sentence, I'm also getting that, if they're not going to prison, then what it is that they're going to move on, and in their next life, okay, or their next circumstance, it's not going to go well for them. Okay, they're going to be discovered. They're going to be outed. Their situation is going to be discombobulated. They're going to be scandalized by society. They're going to have to go be surrounded by people that are no good. And this is where they're going to have more of a downfall. Okay, wow, it's really bad, pile 2. Really bad for them. Okay, we got the 4 of Pentacles. You're going to be getting the last laugh, pile 2, because it's like you're going to be getting to hold on to your money. You're going to be holding on to your money. And you're going to be saving your money. You're going to be frugal, and your wealth is going to grow again. You're going to be sitting on a pile of gold. You're never going to let them take it from you ever again. You're never going to loan them money. You're never going to let them have any money. You're never going to let them have any of your services. You're not going to let them have anything of yours anymore. This is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. And so they may run into trouble in the future, and they may come to you wanting help again, and you're going to be like, oh no, and they're going to have nowhere else to turn. They're going to have nowhere else to turn. They will have bottomed out. There'll be nothing left. They'll come to you, and you're going to be like, oh, after the way you treated me? Absolutely not. And so you're going to have an opportunity to sort of withhold from them, and thereby sort of punish them for it, the way they treated you in the past. And it's because of your withholding that they will have their last and final burnout, where there will be nowhere to go. They will just crash and burn. They will not be able to sustain or continue what it is that they've been doing. I'm also getting like maybe someone who's got like an addiction problem coming to you for something, and they're always getting things from you. And the reason they were stable to begin with is because they were spending some of this money on some type of addiction they had. And you're gonna wise up, smarten up, and burn all these resources. They're gonna come back for more. You're gonna say no, and they're gonna have nowhere to turn. So maybe they're gonna feel like they gotta go to rehab, or feel like they're just gonna lose everything. They're gonna lose everything. There's not gonna be any way to keep up this Ponzi scheme. I'm getting Ponzi scheme. That came into my head. There's this Ponzi scheme that they've been doing is gonna fall apart. Okay. Next, we're getting the 9 of Wands. Exactly. You're going to learn, Paul. So this is part of how you're going to get the last laugh, is that you're no longer going to fall for their tricks and games. Others are not going to fall for their tricks and games any longer. It's not just you, it's other people too. They've been doing this with other people, and other people are going to be like, oh no, I know who you are now, so I'm not going to help you. Patu's not going to help you. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to fall for it anymore. Everyone's got their guard up against you because we now know who you are, and this is what's going to lead to their demise. This is what's going to lead to their downfall. Okay, this is how you're going to get the last laugh. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And in the meantime, you're going to be treated fairly by others. This person is going to lose customers. Those customers are going to come to you. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Customers, they were like, oh no, I dealt with that person too. So Pal 2, I'd rather deal with you because that person, they did me wrong too, just like they did you wrong, Pal 2. And something like this kind of energy, and you're going to get the patronage of others and receive the charity of others. Okay. You're going to move on and find a better job, or move on and find a place where you're getting paid, you're getting treated well. And, this is part of how you're going to get the last laugh, is that you're going to recover, and you're going to get wealthy too. You're going to be able to hold on to, by being frugal and saving all your money, you're going to be able to like stock or hoard up all this money, and you're going to not be letting them have any of it. Okay. This is how you're going to, part of how you're going to be getting your last laugh. Also, I feel like other people are going to be hoarding things against and away from this, hoarding things away from this person. They're not going to let them have any more. Whatever they were having to sustain them, they're not going to have any more. People who are doing business with them, not going to spend money on them anymore. No one's going to invest in them anymore. Their resources, maybe their home may be foreclosed upon, and the banks are going to hold on to it, not going to let them have it anymore. It's like they're riding on the generosity and the assumptions, the positive assumptions of others, and they've been doing it for so long. They'll get to the end of the road with that, and people are going to be like, oh no, we know who you are. We're not, we know now. You've proven it beyond all certainty that you cannot be trusted, and that you're just running a Ponzi scheme, and you never intended to pay anyone back, and you're incapable of it, and you just don't want to do that. Or I don't know what it is, but they're just going to crash and burn in a major way, pile 2. And this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. All right, let's take a look at your oracle cards. I'll be right back. We're getting forgiveness. Okay. Wow. Forgiveness. That's really good energy. How are you going to be getting the last laugh? And tulip. Great passion. Okay. So pile 2, I feel like you may have gotten pulled into this somehow with this person. And what's going to happen is that others are going to recognize that you are not a part of this. You're not part of what they were doing. People are going to see that you're different from this person. You're not part of them, and you're going to be forgiven by others. They're going to realize that you were not a part of this. Maybe they assumed you were, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, my bad, you are not part of this, so we're going to go ahead and forgive you and work with you. Okay, not them, not your hater or enemy. They're not going to work with your hater or enemy. They're going to work with you. So I see forgiveness coming your way, and people, someone's going to have great passion for you again. Okay. Perhaps they tried to smear your reputation, or something like this. Maybe it's possible that your reputation was smeared. Maybe they didn't try to smear it, but your reputation was smeared as a result of the way this hater or enemy handled you or dealt with you. And I feel like people are going to understand what happened to you and forgive you. They're going to be like, oh, so you were dealing with a scammer. You were dealing with someone who didn't have their business right, and so it made you look bad. We get it, pile 2. We forgive you. So this could be the banks. This could be a business situation. This could be family members or friends who the truth becomes apparent to them as to what happened there, and they'll forgive you, and you'll grow close to people again. People will hold you close. People will love you, pile 2. People will have great passion for you. People will view you as a person of value. The tulip used to be very valued at one point. The tulip was one of the original cryptocurrencies a long time ago, man. Like, tulips were insanely valuable at one point. Like during the 1630s in the Netherlands, there was something called tulip mania, and tulip bulbs became incredibly valuable. And there was the phase where they became so massively valuable that the cost of these tulips surpassed the cost of luxury homes, and they were sometimes 10 times the annual income of workers. And this all led up to a market crash. But my point is, your value is going to come back up, pile 2. Your value is going to come back up. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Is people are going to value you again, and your value is going to come back up in the eyes of people, family, in the business world, and all this. Your value is going to rise again. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Next, we're getting jury duty. Jury duty involves a group of people who decide the facts of a case based on legal principles explained by a judge. Okay. How are you going to get the last laugh? And talk about it. Okay. Yeah. People are going to talk about this person. They're going to talk about how bad your hater enemy was. It's going to be a big scandal that they were a criminal. They were a liar. They were venal, They received bribes. The court of public opinion is going to be set against this person, pile 2. The court of public opinion is going to be set against your hater or enemy in a major way. Everybody across the board will agree that your hater or enemy is the bad guy. Okay, they're going to be talking about it. Look, we got people talking. We got people coming together to make an assessment. And you can see the disapproving looks on their faces like, that pile 2's hater or enemy is bad news. They're a bad person, and they deserve to go to jail. This person, I feel like they may go to jail. Yeah, I feel like they're going to go to jail, pile 2. It could be, house arrest, or I don't know what it is, but their reputation is going to be completely trashed. Wow. And this is how you're going to have the last laugh. We have intimidation, causing worry, triggering fear, and broken mirror. Oh my gosh. Wow. Their appearance, the way they look to the world, is going to be trashed. Didn't I just say that? It says your reflection, distortion, bad luck. And when we have a broken mirror, that's 7 years of bad luck. Shattered illusions, truth, self-perception, and healing. So this person is going to suffer 7 years of bad luck, pile 2. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. They're going to go through a phase where it's like the downs part of the cycle. They're going to spiral downwards and they're going to stay down for a long while. Okay? They're going to stay down. Their reputation is going to be trashed. They're going to have bad luck. Whenever people see your hater enemy, they're going to be like worried. And your hater enemy, pile 2, is going to be viewed as bad news. Yeah, bad news. I feel like when people see your hater enemy come up, they're going to hiss like this cat. They're going to hiss and back up and be like, oh, you better back up. Oh my gosh, who are you? Back away from me. Back away from me. They're going to be walking around like with a scarlet letter on their head or something. They've been wearing a scarlet letter for a long time. People are going to sort of keep away from them. They're going to have a bad reputation. And people are going to see them for who they are and what they are. This is how you're going to have the last laugh on your enemy or hater, pile 2. Animals are going to run from this person. Animals are going to hiss at this person when they see this person come. They're going to bark. They're going to hiss because animals are pure, so they can sense the heart of a person. They can sense. They're going to sense that this person's like bad. This could be your pet. Your pet might not like this person. If you have a cat, pile 2, whenever your cat sees this person, your cat's going to hiss and back up, or your dog's going to bark at this person. I feel like their home's going to be trashed. I see a home being shattered here. You can see the window is being crashed. Now we're seeing something similar with a house being destroyed. They may suffer from vandalism or something. All right, let's keep it moving here. We have feeling like one doesn't belong. Exactly. They're going to be rejected by others. They're going to be betrayed, backstabbed, and rejected by the group. They're going to be rejected by the world. Pile 2. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. They're going to be rejected. And celebration. While people will be celebrating you. You're going to have friends. You're going to have people to party with. While they're not going to have anyone who wants to hang out with them. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. You're going to be friends with people who actively do not like your hater or enemy. Who do not want to hang out with your hater or enemy. They want nothing to do with your hater or enemy. You and your friends will celebrate the exile of your hater or enemy. I see people celebrating because this person is going to be rejected from society or rejected by your friend group. People are going to be having a party over the downfall of your hater or enemy. This is how you're going to be having a last laugh against them. Their reputation is going to be trashed. They're going to be viewed as a pariah. That's the word I was looking for. In society. And their former glory, where they were king of something, is going to, I see their crowns on the floor here, is going to be knocked down. And they're going to feel like no one's accepting them. They want to go be part of this group and they'll be rejected. Part of that group, they're going to be rejected. Nowhere can they go where they will be accepted. Nowhere. But in the meantime, you're going to be having parties, drinking champagne, having a martini, or celebrating successes with these same people who don't want anything to do with them, or maybe just other people, I don't know, or anyone with any decent person's not going to want to hang out with this hater or enemy of yours. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. We have selfish, stubborn, arrogant, pride, and ego. My way. And trolling. Oh my gosh. Intentionally causing upset, baiting a reaction, provoking disputes. So pile 2, the way you're going to get the last laugh on this person is that people are not going to make space for this person. They're going to not entertain what this person is wanting. Your hater enemy, they're going to go talk to like rich people or banks in the future and want to ask for money or make proposals and say, can we do this? Can we do that? Can you give me money for this or give me money for that? And they're going to be blocked out, pile 2. People are going to they're going to be like, no, it's going to be my way. We're going to have to do it my way. They're not going to want to do it your hater or enemy's way, period. And I see also that they're going to be getting trolled online. This may be someone popular. This may be someone famous or infamous, right? This is going to be someone who a lot of people know. They're going to be someone a lot of people know. That's possible for some of y'all, okay? This is going to be someone well known, and they're going to be trolling their account. Their social media is going to be getting trolled. People are going to disagree with them. People are going to treat them in a very walled off way. I'm seeing walls here. Okay, people are going to be like, they're going to treat your enemy or hater like, we don't accept you, we don't want you, what do you want? We don't want you. What are you talking about? No. The answer is no. N-O. And they're going to say negative things about this person online. And I feel like this person is just going to be like, oh my gosh, they're going to be treated like crap by most of society, or most of the people that they try to deal with. Everywhere they go, the doors are going to be slammed in their face. Everywhere they go, people will disagree with them. Everywhere they go, people will have their guard up. Everywhere they go, people will be stingy and or reject them or know them by name before they even show up. Like, it's crazy, pal. Too, this person, you're going to be getting the last laugh in a major way when it comes to this person. We got fame. Oh, it's funny, wasn't I seeing the person was famous? That's interesting. I feel like also someone who used to be close friends with this person is not going to want to be friends with them anymore. They're going to lose close friends. People who used these to celebrate successes with, they're not going to want to be close to them anymore. We have fame and we have number 5. Okay. So I feel like something's going to come to an end for this person. First of all, the first few messages I'm getting is that they're not going to be popular anymore. They were popular. That's done with. That's going to be done with. And they may be rejected by their family. That's a possibility. But most importantly, the biggest way you're going to be getting the last laugh, pal, too, is that you're going to become famous. You're going to be well known. You're going to be well liked. People are going to want to know your name, and they will support you and get behind you. You will go on to, maybe if this was a person who was two-timing you romantically and maybe took money from you and was just a bad news, pal. I'm so sorry you had to deal with this. If this was your story, I'm so sorry. If this was someone who dated you, who you thought you were, that was your man, or someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and they were maybe siphoning money away from you, and they were maybe two-timing you, and they scammed you, I mean, like the worst of the worst, then please know that you're going to become very famous in the future, and you're going to have a beautiful family. Okay, you may find a mate who's very good for you, very wholesome, loves you genuinely. You may go on to have kids, or if you already have kids, maybe you will have a like a blended family. You may form a blended family with someone, and you'll be able to find a very successful situation for yourself, or you may end up having the family of your dreams, and you're gonna be popular, well liked, and this is how you're gonna have the last laugh, is while they're going through all this, you'll be doing very well in the eyes of people. People will love you, respect you, and you will thrive in the realms of relationships. If it's not a relationship or family, then I also see that the way you're going to have the last laugh is you're going to find your own crowd. I'm getting like social media or celeb vibes or something like this, and you're going to pull people around you who believe in you, and you're going to form a family of sorts. It could be a work family, it could be a spiritual family, something like this. Okay, next we're getting pillory. Wow, man. Oh, shoot. Back in the day, these pillories, they would put someone's head in here in their arms, and then they would put them in the middle of the town square, and people would throw like rotted mangoes and stuff at their head and crap at them to shame them. And that was their punishment. They'd be there for days, and they would just throw stuff at them and humiliate them. This is a humiliation ritual. They will be put through a humiliation ritual, pal, too. This enemy or hater of yours. They will be put through a humiliation ritual. We have love, good match, compatibility, romantic love, friendship, falling in love, love affair, loyalty, and trust. Whew, pal 2, you will be trusted while they will be treated like trash. Their reputation will be trashed. People will know them by their name. People will be like, your hater enemy. People will be like, I see like also with the being, with their head pinned down, wrists pinned down, being jailed again. Like doing jail time. This person may do jail time. That's what I'm seeing. They will be mocked, and they will receive censure. They will be serving jail time while you will find the love of your dreams. Okay, you see this, guys? It's not a coincidence. These two things are popping up. You're going to find someone who genuinely loves you, is a good, loving partner, takes very good care of you, and you're going to find someone who loves you, pal, too. If you don't already have that, you're going to have that, and you're going to have so much success. If this had to do with a relationship, someone did you wrong, their reputation is going to be ruined, and they're not going to be able to find someone to be with them. People are going to know who they are. In fact, maybe too busy serving jail time to be able to find someone else while you're going to be free. Your reputation is going to be good. You know, people will forgive you. Someone will forgive you, and there'll be a healing in relationship. Maybe there'll be a wedding, possibly, with the 2 glasses of champagne or wine. And I'm just seeing good things for you while they are suffering, while they are being penalized, censured, or jailed. You will be living your best life, and this pile 2 is how you will be having the last laugh over your hater or enemy. I hope this made sense. I hope it resonated. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's pretty stark what we're seeing here. If this reading resonated, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know where you're watching from, or what your story was. I would love to chat with you. Take good care of you, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile 3. You chose the blue agate, and you may have chosen Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Let me set up your oracle cards. Alright, so let's see here. How will you have the last laugh against your hater or enemy? I'm getting pile 3. I'm getting that you have wised up and you'll be protected as a result of the wisdom that you have gained. Okay. You will be forgiven, and good fortune will come your way. Things will work out well for you. There will be domestic harmony in your life. Your relationships will thrive. So any relationship that was linked with anything that this hater or enemy tried to disrupt, it will thrive, or you will have a comeback in that regard. Okay, your last laugh is going to be that your relationships will thrive, that they try to destroy or have a negative impact on, or that your your relationships were destroyed, then you will get new ones that are very solid and caring, and all this is going to happen for you. Okay. Also, I'm getting pile 3. Your last laugh is going to have something to do with relationships, your friendships. You're going to hold on to your good friends. Your friends are not going to lose faith in you. You're going to hold on to your network. And this could be something that they wanted to disrupt, and it's not going to happen. I feel like this person may have wanted to disrupt your mental space, make you be confused and scatterbrained and thinking and troubled, but you're going to be able to concentrate. Pile 3. You're going to be able to concentrate on whatever it is you're doing. This is how you're going to have one of the ways you're going to have a last laugh against them. You are going to attain certain material wealth or success. Okay. It could be a home. It could be land. It could be, material things of some kind. Is going to come to you and stay with you. You're going to have stability in your situation, regardless of what they try to do to you or what they did to you. You're going to remain grounded. I feel like they may have tried to scatter your mental or your emotional energy, and that's not going to be happening. You're going to be grounded. You're going to be focused. You're going to be down to earth. You're going to be you're going to be touching the earth, and you're going to be connected with the things that matter. You're going to be materially successful too. This is part of how you're going to have the last laugh. Your situation is going to be stable and permanent. So they may have tried to make things unstable for you, but they're not going to succeed. You're going to maintain your stability, and you're going to maintain your groundedness. Your situation is going to remain certain, and it's going to be protected. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here. Okay, what did they do? Let's get some resonance so we can make sure we're in the right pile, and then we're gonna go all in as to how you're gonna have the last laugh. But let's start with how they hurt you, so we can get some resonance here. We got 6 of Cups. So this person may have hurt you a long time ago. That's a possibility, or may have hurt you when you were young, like a child, or hurt you when you were maybe a couple of decades ago, or a long time ago, or when you were young. Okay, perhaps they were a childhood friend or someone you grew up with. Okay, Next, we have the King of Wands. It could be a stern father, like an overbearing father figure that's coming through for just some of you. This person may have put really big expectations of you when you were really little, and maybe they expected too much. They were kind of harsh in that way. Sorry you had to deal with that, pile 3. They may have been stern, pushy. I feel like they tried to maybe like rob you of your childhood joy. Maybe you were supposed to be out playing and building sandcastles and playing hide and seek, but I'm kidding, kind of like Michael Jackson's dad, the way he would treat Michael, and they never got to go play and stuff. All they had to do was practice for the family business. And I remember there was an interview with Michael Jackson where he said that he would sometimes be practicing in his room and you would hear the kids playing far away in the park and just squealing and running around. You could hear all the playground equipment and all the children squealing happily, and his heart just ached like he just wanted to be out there with them. And that's kind of vibe, like this person kept you from doing things that the other young normal children do, or something like this. I'm also getting pile 3 that, and that's just for some of you, okay? Just take it as it resonates, leave the rest for others. I see bad memories. I feel like this person gave you bad memories. They may have tainted your childhood or tainted your young adult self, maybe when you were in your 20s, when you were a teenager, or something. There's some sort of bad memory this person gave you. Could be trauma. We have the 6 of Wands, okay? I feel like, you were well liked, pile 3. You were well liked, you were well loved, but this person didn't like that. This person didn't like that you were treated well by others, that people liked the way you looked, or that whenever you did anything good or had any victories, I feel like this person would rain on your parade. Like, if you came home and say, oh, dad, mom, everyone, look, I got this, I won that. They'd be like, yeah, but you came in, you did do it perfectly enough. Or, while you're getting these kinds of awards, look what your other friends are getting. They went to this other competition and they're doing practically awesome things and saving the world, and you're here winning dancing competitions. What crap is that? Like they just like to rain on your parade. Whatever you did wasn't good enough. They were like a hater, while everybody else was saying you were good and saying you were great. They were the one person that would say, yeah, you need to do better, or something like this. Okay, they just had a hard time approving of you. We got the Page of Swords. I feel like this person did a lot of just watching. They just watched you, kept their distance and watched. They didn't rejoice like all the others about you. They didn't say, yay, pile 3, good job. They didn't join in with the cheering. They would just observe you, and that's it. They would just observe you like a clinical observer, just taking notes on you, and that's it. They did without a direct participation of supporting you or cheering you on or welcoming you. They kept their distance and just watched you, like, guilty till proven innocent, or you got, I don't know, like they just acted like you weren't of interest to them, or they were. Well, they would look at you, they would observe you, they would spy on you, but that's all they did. They wouldn't join in to support you or something like this, but they would love to sure got their eyeful, and they would, get information about you. It's possible that this person, maybe they tried to deceive you, maybe they hyped you up sometimes, but I'm getting like they try to manipulate you somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe they try to manipulate you into thinking, yeah, these other people may be cheering you on, pile 3, but you're not that great. Don't fall for it. You're not that great. Wow. I'm so sorry you had to deal with this, pile 3. Just take it as it resonates. Okay, we got the World card. How did your hater or enemy hurt you? They didn't want you to have closure. I feel like this person didn't want you to have closure. They didn't want you to feel like, I was the hero. I overcame a challenge. I grew up. I grew up. I went all out in the world. I went out in the world. I faced challenges. I overcame them. I came home and people cheered me on and all was well with the world. They didn't want you to have that. They wanted you to be like, go out there, do your challenges, come home, and they wanted to be like the sourpuss in the corner, or the person who was not saying anything. Like things were left unsaid. Like, you know what you're supposed to be doing, Pile 3. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, you won all this, but this, I'm not gonna say nothing, but that there's something else. It's like, what else? There's nothing else. You went out, you did victory. They should pat you on the back and give you a handshake, and love on you or something. But they just didn't want to do that for you. So they gave you this feeling of unease, ill at easeness, like it wasn't, things weren't settled. There was no closure. They didn't want you to have closure. Like, you ever hear of the hero's journey? There's this whole idea popularized by Joseph Campbell that there's a universal story archetype, if you will, okay, where a lot of stories have this narrative structure, and what it is the basic structure is the hero ventures from where their humble beginnings, or wherever their origin point, into the world or supernatural realm, and they win some sort of decisive victory, and they return transformed. And I feel like this person didn't want you to. They didn't want to give you that. They didn't want you. They knew that you were looking to them for some type of approval, but they didn't want to give it. They didn't want to say. They didn't want everything tied up with a neat little bow on top. They didn't want it quite like that for you. Maybe they were hurt in their world when they were growing up, and they didn't get treated right, and that's why they didn't know how to be like this for you. We got the Ace of Swords. I feel like they wanted you to feel empty, like nothing you ever did would be good enough. Okay, with the Ace of Swords, I'm also getting this idea like they were. They were brutal, Pile 3. I'm not gonna lie. They were brutal. They had crazy standards for you. Crazy, insane, unreal, and impossible. I'm getting it again with the King of Wands. These impossible standards. Okay, they were brutal. They were too harsh. And for some of you, they were too harsh. The harshness did not match what was going on for you. They didn't need to be that harsh. With you. You didn't deserve that, Pile 3. You didn't deserve the harshness that they gave you. The Fool. Okay. You didn't deserve it. They were unfair. They were mean. We have the Fool card here. They turned their back on you. They didn't approve of you. They were harsh with you, and then they moved on from you. They just turned around and walked away. They didn't want you to have they didn't give you closure. They may have abandoned you, or just they didn't care about you. They left you hanging. I'm kind of getting like a parental figure, Pile 3, a parental figure, or maybe someone you really liked, that you were like wanting to prove to them, hey, I'm good, look, I'm good, and you wanted them to give you that approval, and they just were like, okay, yeah, no, you're not good enough, or whatever, and then they walked away. They just didn't want you to have that. They didn't give it to you. And I know what you mean, Pile 3. Don't worry. I know what you mean, okay? If you're like, there's a risk that there's a chance someone might say, well, it's all in your head. You had the victory. What did you need them for? Sometimes you do need people. Sometimes as people, especially when we're young, we're seeking the approval of our parents, our elders, people who are mentors, people who are important to us. Okay, we need them to say that we did good. We need that feedback. We want to make them proud of us. But this person didn't want to make you feel like you made them proud. They just moved on. They just watched you. They just said, well, you could have done better. They just didn't give you that closure you were looking for. I'm so sorry, Pile 3. Okay, we got the 10 of Wands. This is how you're going to be getting a last laugh. Against this person. So, Pile 3, I feel like this person, man, they're burnt out. They're stressed out. What the weight of what they are looking for, their requirements, what they're looking for, even if people are telling that person, oh, they're great, pile 3 is awesome, pile 3 is great, they're awesome, they're great, and that person's like, I don't know, doubt, questions, just staring, not doing anything about this, about you, okay? Separating themselves from you, not wanting you to have closure, not wanting you to be celebrated, no matter what other people were saying about you, no matter if you had a good reputation, and them just walking away. The last laugh that's going to belong to you, pile 3, is that this person, they didn't want to delegate. I feel like, this could be a situation where someone was telling your hater or enemy, pile 3 is the person to delegate to. Pile 3 is really good. You can delegate some of these responsibilities to them, or give them some sort of title, or give them some sort of, acknowledgement. You know what? You're ready. Come on over, pile 3. You can have this responsibility, or have this title, or have this portion. And they didn't give it to you. And so what's going to end up happening, the last laugh is going to be on you, pile 3. The last laugh you're going to be having against this person is that they're going to be shouldered with the burden of doing all of the work by themselves. It's like they want they're looking for beyond perfection. They're looking for beyond. They're I think you can rest easy, pile 3, because their standards were completely unrealistic. Impossible. No one can meet these standards. No one. So it's like they were looking, and if they do choose someone, it's going to be them playing favorites. It's not going to be because, and if you ask them, if they did end up choosing someone that wasn't you, and you were to ask them for the reason, they'd come up with a reason, but you'd be like, but I did that and 10 times more. They're not rational, pile 3. This person's not rational. No matter what, this quietness they gave you, where they were like judging you and acting like doubtful of you, or just watching you, or never wanting to give you the kudos you deserved, and saying, no, you're not good enough, I'm walking away, I'm not going to give you that closure. It's not because they're a great judge of character, pile 3. It wasn't because they're great, or they're special, or they're the cut above the rest and all that. They're just average. They're just an average person. But something about them was their expectations are impossible. They had impossible expectations. They housed impossible expectations. So as a result, this person's going to be saddled with a lot of the work. They're going to be a dumping ground, pile 3. People are going to abandon them. They abandoned you, walked away. People are going to abandon them, pile 3, and let them do all the work. They're going to be like, so wait a minute. People are going to be telling this person, your hater enemy, or seeing, or noting. So pile 3 wasn't good enough? As awesome as pile 3 is, you thought pile 3 wasn't good enough? You know what? I quit. Like, I don't know what you're looking for, but if pile 3 is not good enough, I'm obviously not good enough. You can have it. And they just left them with all the, I see people walking away from the job, leaving them, being like, I don't know about this. I need to leave. Or maybe because they didn't choose you, pile 3, or approve of you, people are going to abandon and walk away and leave this person. They were already there with this person, and let this person handle all of the stuff on their own. Okay. I'm also seeing that this person actually really needs help, but they're not choosing you, means that they're going to be saddled with responsibility and work. Saddled, back-breaking labor, pile 3, back-breaking. Like lifespan shortening, back-breaking work. That's how you're going to be having the last laugh. They're going to have back pain. You're going to hear about them having some sort of, or maybe you won't, but they're going to get some sort of injury or some sort of disability in their older age because they didn't want to. It could be maybe high blood pressure, or it could be like back problems, or it could be something's going to happen. Their system's going to become overloaded, and they may develop some sort of immune disorder or something. I'm just getting like, it's not good for them. This is the last laugh you're going to be getting is that they're going to have to shoulder a lot of burdens, way more than a person should. The 4 of Cups, last laugh. Your last laugh against this person, pile 4, is that people are not going to be interested in this person. People are going to lose interest in your hater or enemy. People are going to disconnect from your hater or enemy. They're going to disconnect. They're going to view, and they're going to disconnect from your hater or enemy because they're going to view your hater or enemy as being stern, overbearing, having impossible standards. They're going to look in your hater or enemy's eyes and be like, oh, Jesus, what is wrong with you? Like, they're going to be like, well, they may hang around, but they're not going to bond with or approach your hater or enemy. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. People are going to feel discontented with your hater or enemy. People are going to be, whenever they see your hater or enemy, they're going to be like, ugh, you know, I don't know. And yeah, that's what it is. And I'm also getting pile 3 that, yeah, that's the main thing. We got the 6 of Pentacles. So pile 3, people are going to stop patronizing your hater or enemy. They're going to stop spending money on them, stop donating to them. They're going to become stingy towards your hater or enemy. I feel like this person, they may depend on donations or something like this, or they may be getting, maybe they do a certain job and they're not going to get paid much for that job. So they're going to be doing all this work and they're not going to get paid much for it. They're not going to receive mercy. Where this person works, they're not going to be like, oh wow, people abandoned all the higher ups. They're not going to be like, oh wow, people walked away and abandoned all this on you. Well, we're not going to pay you more though. We're going to pay you like we're paying you before. We're not going to pay you more for that. You're just going to have to deal with it. Because how come these people left? What did you do? How did you may have sent them off running. They went running away from you. Why is that? Well, we're not going to pay you more simply because you're doing all this work. If that was some kind of covert strategy, it's not going to be working. Maybe they low key didn't approve of your pile 3 because they wanted all the honor and all the rewards to come to them. They didn't want to share the rewards. That's another message coming through. And they're going to notice that they're not going to get more rewards than they were getting before. They're not going to get an end result of, well, pile 3 wasn't good enough. I'm the one who can do it all. Look, I'm the one who should get all the accolades and all the money. And they're going to be like, what? No, you're just one person. You're going to get what one person gets. And whatever you were getting before, that's what you're going to be getting. We're not going to give you any raises. We're not going to reward you because you're so high standing and no one else is on your level, including pile 3. So therefore, we must give you all the money. No, they're not going to do that. This is how you're going to get the last laugh, pile 3. They're going to be dominated, pile 3. They're higher ups because there's always someone higher up or in the food chain than whoever your hater or enemy is, you know. And I see that this person, even if it's a CEO, right? There's investors, right? There's always someone higher up. It's a pecking order. It's a cycle of life. It's a food chain, whatever you want to call it. And I see that the way you're going to get the last laugh is that they're going to be dominated by others. People are going to be dominating them and telling them what to do. Okay, they're going to become like the errand girl or errand boy, and they're going to have to do everything. So I feel like the responsibilities are going to keep coming. It's not going to stop simply because they deem themselves as the only ones who was good enough, or that you weren't good enough. So there's a shortage of supply of people who are good enough to do this thing that they do or whatever. It's not, they're not going to say, oh, there's a shortage. Well, let's have mercy on this pile 3's hater and enemy and send them less work. No, they're going to keep the work coming. This is how it's going to be. This is what's going to be your last laugh. We have the moon. I feel like your hater or enemy pile 3, the way you're going to have the last laugh is your hater or enemy is going to have some fear about the way they treated you. They're going to think about the way they treated you, the way they would just watch you and gather information and not do anything to support you or acknowledge you. They would just stand back and watch while others said, you are great, you are great. While they wouldn't join in with that or agree with that, all they did was silently watch and hold on to their little opinion. They're going to feel uncertain about the way they behaved. They're going to feel confused. They're gonna feel confusion about they're gonna second guess themselves. That's the word I was looking for. They're gonna doubt their decision there. They're gonna doubt their decision. They're gonna wonder, like, was I thinking correctly there? Did I do the right thing? So they're gonna have seeds of doubt are gonna be within themselves. They're not gonna feel confident about their decisions, and this is part of how you're gonna have the last laugh. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. They're gonna be scared. Yeah, I see fear coming through twice now. So there's a theme of fear, pile 3. They're gonna be afraid of moving from where they're at. They're gonna be scared because they're holding on to too much. They're like, I've got this, I've got that. I can't really make any more moves from here. So they're gonna be stuck in that position that they're at. Okay, this is how you're gonna have the last laugh. They're gonna be wanting to hold on. Look, they're gonna be holding on to this title, hold on to that title. They're gonna have that title on their head. And so they're not gonna be able to move. So it's like a catch-22. Yes, they're gonna be holding on to the approval they could have given you, or the title they could have given you. They're gonna be holding it in their hands, but they're gonna be stuck. You can't go anywhere with this. It's too much. You're stuck. So I do feel like they're not going to be promoted. They're not going to be able to progress beyond where they are. They're just going to be stuck there. They're not going to be able to have any more movement. And so they're going to feel stuck. That's another thing. Another message I'm getting. They're going to feel stuck, and they're going to feel put upon at times. Even though they're going to be like, oh, I got it. I got everything. I've got this. I've got that. I'm the one. But you can see that the landscape around them is empty. Empty. No one's going to be around them. I mean, there's a little wild animal, like a bear or something. Let me see. Some like wild animal is going to be hanging around them. And no one's going to be there to adore them. No one's going to be there to say, oh, look at you. You have everything. You have this, you have that. No one else can do it like you. No one's going to be there. It's going to be crickets. No one's going to be there to admire them. They're going to have the titles. They're going to be withholding all that approval they withheld. It's going to be with them, but there's going to be no one there to adore them or give them. They're just going to be looking at the things they held on to. Just looking at it. Nobody's going to have it, but only they will have it. And it's going to be empty. There's going to be emptiness. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. It's like, part of the joy in life of achievements and accomplishments is when you can pull people along with you. When you have people around you, it's a teeming hub of people who are progressing as a group. There's so much more life in that than you hogging it all to yourself, hogging the approval to yourself, hogging all this to yourself. It's echoes, it's empty, it's crickets. No one's there to enjoy it with you. You're alone. You're by yourself. So they're going to be by themselves with all of this. We got the 10 of Swords. So pile 3, how are you going to have the last laugh over this person is they're going to be rejected by the group. Remember I said that there's going to be nobody around them to admire them. There's something that they do, pile 3, where they maybe they have regular meetings or they're seen publicly somewhere and they're like, yes, I'm the one. And they show up. People are going to, it's going to be crickets. People are going to stop attending these events. And there's going to be a horrible day that comes upon this person where it's like no one will show up. Nobody will show up. I'm also seeing that it's like they will be betrayed by the group because of their harshness. They will experience some sort of major failure, and they'll come to an end. Pile 3, they'll come to an end. Their position and their whatever position they had in the family or in the company or in the organization or whatever in your life, it's going to come to a horrible end. They're going to be bullied, or some great force is going to come through and be like, we're done with it. Actually, this position has been canceled. Something like this. That's an example. This position your hater or enemy is in, holding on to all this stuff. There's someone's going to come through from above. Remember I said there's always someone above and going to say, actually, we've canceled this position, so you can go. Or people are going to decide unanimously as a group, actually, we don't really care about that position that person's in. That's an irrelevant position. That position, we all say no to it. This is how you are going to be having the last laugh. We got the Tower, of course. They're going to suffer a major downfall, Pile 3. I feel like there's going to be a major structural restructuring or destruction that's going to occur, where maybe the thing where they thought they were at the top, that whole thing is going to be canceled. It could be like maybe maybe that position is going to be eliminated, the one that they're in, and saying, "Oh, I'm the person. I have the authority to pick this person or that person or whatever, and I don't want to pick Pile 3, and I don't want to give them approval." That position is going to be stricken, so they may be rejected from the group. It could be that if you grew up with this person and they were a father figure or a parent figure, maybe they will get divorced and they will be removed from that position in the family, and someone else will replace them. That's possible. Maybe you will get a stepfather or stepmother. There'll be a divorce. Or it could be that if this is at work, you will all of a sudden hear that department is done. The department was destroyed and they lost their position. Or the person or that position that they are in, they decided they were going to turn it into 2 or 3 different positions, since that position is carrying too much. It's carrying too much. So they're going to split it into 3 different positions, and they'll no longer be at the top hogging everything. They'll now have to contend with 2 other equal partners or something like, really what I'm getting is that position will be destroyed that they're in, Pile 3. Yes, they will be rejected by the group. People will say no to them 1,000 times over. People will say, we don't want to, actually, this meeting that they do, can we cancel it? We don't want to go to that meeting anymore. Wow, Pile 3, this is how you're going to be having the last laugh. We haven't even gotten to your oracle cards yet. All right, let's keep it moving here. Let me rearrange these cards. Create some room. Okay, so we have fear. Oh my gosh, fear. Remember I said something that they would feel fear about the way they treated you? They're going to feel fear about the unreasonable standards that they put on you. They're going to feel fear because of that. All right. I do see some of that coming through. They're going to feel fear because they're going to realize also, why did I overburden Pile 3 with those kinds of requirements? Pile 3 was just a kid. Pile 3 was just a young person in the group, or a junior member coming up, and they were doing such a good job. Why did I put all those unreasonable expectations? Like they put expectations on you, Pile 3, that they might put on a senior member. They put it on you. That's the kind of expectations they put on you. They're going to feel fear about this. It says great worry over nothing. Yeah, Pile 3, the way you're going to have the last laugh is this person's going to realize that something is wrong with them. That they have some sort of mental problem or emotional problem. Them being put upon or being stuck with all the work and being overloaded and overburdened, and people abandoning them and walking away and being like, your standards are too much. I mean, Pile 3 wasn't good enough. I'm not even as good as Pile 3. And you're saying Pile 3 is not good enough? They couldn't get your approval? No. So them being abandoned and having to carry the weight of this abandonment is going to make them feel a lot of fear. And they're also going to realize that what they were thinking about you was completely wrong. They're going to realize that they were worrying about you being good enough. I do think that this person was earnestly thought that you weren't good enough. They honestly thought, yeah, Pile 3 is being recommended by everyone. Everyone's saying they're a hero and that they're great and all this, but they're still not good enough. I think they genuinely thought this, but this is subconsciously their way of, maybe they were jealous of you subconsciously. Okay. And they didn't want to share. Remember I said some of this, what we're seeing here is they didn't want to share some of the rewards or accolades of having the honor with you. Okay, they were like, no, if you want this kind of honor that I'm getting, Pile 3, you're gonna have to do more than that. Like that. They overesteem themselves. And so they're going to, or overesteem the position, So they're going to have a lot of fear and worry. They're going to suffer from a lot of fear and worry in the future, pile 3. This is going to be your last laugh. And they're going to think back on when they had these unreasonable expectations of you. And this is how you are going to have your last laugh over them. They're going to be in moments of panic, moments of fear, moments of realizing that they were silly for putting so much on you about this. Okay, expecting so much. We have assisted living. This person might be older. They might be elderly. It might be someone older than you. Okay, or someone senior to you. That's possible. And if not, you just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, take it as it resonates. Leave that message, part of the message, for someone else. Okay, who am I going to be? So we have assisted living. Okay, you are an elderly relative. It says here may require assisted living and healthcare for their safety and well-being. This person, they're a try-hard. This person's a try-hard. And remember I mentioned something about them refusing to delegate and it taxing their health. Okay. People are going to be very discontented with this person. I see that. So part of how you're going to be having the last laugh over this person, I never want us to be happy because someone is suffering, like they're dying or something like this. Okay. But when we hear the words the last laugh, we're just saying, hey, how are you going to end up seeing that, you are right, or that this is the universe's how the universe is choosing to avenge you and avenge your situation. You're going to find out all about that in this reading today. We have 24 connection. Assisted living. So pile 3, the way you're going to be having the last laugh over this person is that they're going to grow old and they're going to be carted off to a nursing home, and they're going to they're going to become weak and frail and unable to handle these responsibilities any longer, and people are going to be happy about it. Yes. People are going to be happy when your hater or enemy finally gets too old to do the job and or has some sort of health problem that keeps them from doing the job. People are going to be like high-fiving themselves and being like, yes, oh my gosh, we're so happy that, this person's out of there. Yeah, like that. Sad. But this is going to be one of your last laughs over this person, is that people are going to be so happy when this person's like, all right, I'm too sick and tired, I'm old and I can't, or I've fallen ill, and it's going to be, they're going to fall ill because they're doing too much. They're tryhards, overburdening their health, worse than they should have. And so they're going to pay the price with their health, and people are going to be happy about it. Wow. People are going to connect with each other over it. They're going to be like, see? You see what's happening now with pile 3? You see? That's what happens with people when you don't want to give to others. You don't want to include others. Then you lose the group. The group they're meeting up here. Not with pile 3. People are going to leave this person, not with your hater or enemy. They're going to leave this person alone. They're going to abandon this person in their time of sickness, in their time of need. And they're going to be, and the reason they're going to do so is because they're not going to like this person, pile 3. They're not going to like them. They're not going to like their attitude, their stuffy attitude, the way they didn't want to give anyone else credit. They didn't want to give you credit. They didn't want to approve of you. They were too hard on you. They over labor. They belabor things. They had, their standards were impossible. They wanted to hog all the glory and all the money and all the rewards. People are going to be just happy that they're gone. They're not even going to go visit them. They're going to hang out with each other and ignore this person. And that's going to be one of your last laughs. We have overindulgence. Too much, too fast. Yeah, they took on too much. See? 10 of Wands. Look, the cup is overfilling and overspilled because they wanted it all for themselves. They bit more than they could chew. They bit off more than they could chew. We have faith, angelic guidance, peace, calm, simplicity, softness, relaxation, and freedom. So pile 3, your last laugh over your hater or enemy is going to be they're going to be overburdened and you're going to be living free. Yeah, you're not going to be shouldering these responsibilities. I know you may have wanted to be approved of. You may have wanted to be taken in and all that. But the truth of the matter is, it was a lot of work. It's a lot that this person is going to be expecting. I almost feel like this person, your hater or enemy, they may have overcomplicated things for themselves. This person has a very heavy-handed, pedantic, OCD-like, over-laboring, belaboring way of handling things. And if you had come in, you would have to be all up under that. So your last laugh is that they're drowning in their bullshit, and you are getting to be relaxed, happy, taking it easy, living life softly, and the imprint of life upon your longevity is small. You're going to be living a long life, and they're just going to be overburdened, taking on, bitten off more than they could chew, drowning in it. And this is going to be your last laugh. Okay, we have the unexplained illnesses. We have unexplained illnesses. See, they're going to fall sick because of this. It's got to be me. I'm the one. I'm the chosen one. I'm the one who can do it. Nobody else is good enough. Not even Pile 3. Or whatever. They're going to fall sick. And I don't wish it upon them. That's just the energies we're seeing here that I'm picking up on. We have Blood Moon. Whew, goodness. So the Blood Moon symbolizes a time of intense transformation, okay? Where there's a need to confront one's shadow self, okay? This is a time that's used during pagan rituals to confront shadow aspects or elements with great effectiveness, okay? Or face darker emotions like rage or grief, okay? This historically also the blood moon has been viewed as a symbol or an omen of doom or impending change that's going to be very powerful and chaotic. It's a big shift that can facilitate deep personal renewal, but it just depends on how you want to take it, you see. So I feel like this person, they're going to be forced to confront their shadow aspects. All this that we've seen, it's going to be the universe's way. This illness is going to be the universe's way of confronting them with it. It's like, oh, you were given chances. You didn't want to listen when people said Pile 3 is great. You wanted to have these impossible standards. You didn't want them to enjoy their youth. You didn't want them. You wanted them to feel as a child that they had all this they had to do when all they had to do was be a child. Okay. You wanted to make them feel like they had all this work. Okay, fine. You didn't want to acknowledge them. You didn't want to accept them or give them the job or give them the title. You didn't, you had these impossible standards. Then you still didn't learn your lesson. People left you, abandoned you, and left you with the load, with the responsibilities. You still didn't want to get it. So the universe is going to confront this person, Pile 3, with, and I'm seeing now the tower is that they're going to have some sort of downfall. It could be downfall. It could have to do with their health. It could be also something bad happens to them. It could be an accident, a car accident. It could be ill health. It could be like, war. It could be something cataclysmic is going to occur that's going to disrupt, knock them off. It's not even going to be about, I can fight against this. It's going to be something they cannot fight against. They will not be able to fight against this illness. We're getting the specifics from this, the oracle cards. Your hater or enemy will not be able to fight against this illness. It's going to knock them down. Remember I said they're going to have some sort of either a back problem or immune system problem, or their health is going to fail. And I saw it earlier on the tarot cards. Now we're getting confirmation. And it's going to be the universe's way of confronting them with their darker side. Okay, this is how you're going to be having the last laugh. They had chances to do the right thing. They didn't do it. We have bisexual, secrets, unsure of sexuality, in the closet, on the DL. Interesting. And lipstick evidence, infidelity, caught cheating, and betrayal. Wow. So Pile 3, the way you're going to have the last laugh with this person is that something about their relationship. I don't know, you may or may not hear about this, but they're going to be cheated on. I don't know why this is coming up, but it looks like their relationship is not going to do well, pile 3. There's someone that they're in love with, or someone they're in a relationship with, that's going to be hiding secrets from them. It says you're on the DL. Okay. And we got lipstick evidence. They're going to find out. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. No, they will. This is how you're going to get the last laugh against them. Is they're going to have to deal with, their partner cheating on them. Yeah, their relationship is going to go to shit. I mean, of course, they're sitting there, focusing on all this work they got to do. They're trying to be all proud and cocky and arrogant, and act like nobody else can do what they can do. So they put so much into it. They don't have time for their relationship. Their relationship's going to fall apart. Their relationship is going to fall apart because they were too caught up in trying to hold on to everything in their work realm, or status wise, or in the eyes of the family, or in the eyes of the people, or in their eyes of the company, or whatever their status, in society. They're going to be so caught up in that they're going to neglect their relationship, and their person is going to cheat on them. Wow. Okay. We got positive change. And number 47. Look, they got change in hand. Look, change, positive change, change and change. So that's interesting. Not a coincidence. Part 3, I feel like you're going to have the last laugh because this person is going to walk away from this position. They're going to give up. They're going to give up and walk away because they're going to look at their hands at the end of the day and be like, what am I getting for this again? Oh, pennies on the dollar? That's all I'm getting? I'm the best one out there. I'm doing everything for them. I'm taking all this on. I'm getting only pennies on the dollar. They're not going to feel like it's worth it anymore. They're going to reach a certain position. They're going to reach a certain point, part 3, where they're going to feel like what they've been doing, the life they've been living. Look, this one's walking away. This person's walking away. So there's some resonance there. Part 3, this person's going to feel like it's not even worth it. I'm leaving. They're going to walk away. Look, we're even seeing someone here walking away as well. And someone's offering them, here, come, I got some pennies for you. Don't you want the pennies anymore? Pennies on the dollar? They're going to be like, no, I'm good. And they're going to walk off into the sunset, or walk off into the night, walking away, walking away, walking away. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Is they're going to realize that they were cheapening themselves, that they should have shared it with others. This would have maybe pulled other people in, pulled in more finances, pulled in more rewards. Everyone would have been happier. And they're going to be viewed as cheap labor. They can be viewed as someone that's not worth much. And they're going to realize that that's how they're being viewed. And they're going to walk away. This is how you're going to get the last laugh. Pile 3. We have SAP. Number 6, we have Virgo. Resources, needed materials, flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded, roots, abundant, physical health, life, force. Interesting. All right. Yeah, this is about that life force, that juice, that essence in all of us, right? I think, especially coming underneath the tower here, that they're going to lose that essence. They're going to lose that juiciness. They're going to lose their energy, their pizzazz, their zest, their go. It's going to be drained. Look, we're down to the last drop. There's a drop falling out. It's not gushing. They're going to be drained. We have courtship, social life, dating, business, casual meetings, friendly encounters, clubs, groups, seduction. So part 3, you're going to get the last laugh because you're going to, while they're suffering this downfall and running, being used to their last drop, till there's nothing left, their illness, they're going to be sick, tired, walking away, their marriage, their relationships falling apart. All this is going on, and, but you're going to be getting loved. You're going to be getting loved. Another alternative message I'm getting, part 3, you're going to be getting to focus on your relationships. Their relationship is going to be failing because they were trying to do too much. So the time you're going to be having good work-life balance and being able to focus on your relationships and having a loving relationship in your life while they're not going to have one. That's how you're going to be getting the last laugh. Another message coming through pile 3 is that I feel like for some of you, This situation we're talking about, the people involved are going to come talk to you about it secretly. They're going to come tell you, they're going to be like, we love you for this. We love you, Pal 3. You're the best one. You should be doing this role. You should have been accepted into that role. They're hogging it. I don't know why, but we love you. Okay, this is how you're going to be getting the last laugh. And I'm seeing that again here with Pal 3. With this last column, Pal 3, that they are, they're going to get used up. They're going to wake up one day and realize they've got nothing left. And in the meantime, maybe the powers involved will be courting you. Okay, we see courtship and seeing you as the one they want. They want you to come be part of this. And maybe they're going to restructure everything. And maybe because it was set up in such a way that one person could hog all the power, right? And they're not going to want that anymore. And they're going to maybe have a fair division of labor. And in this new system, right, the tower is not only destruction, it represents the hearkening of a new age or a new phase. And they're going to want you to be part of this new age or new phase. Not that this old dried up person that wanted to hog all the stuff is out, okay, or is on their way out. I see they'll be out. This is how you're going to have the last laugh. They're going to walk away. They're going to abandon because they realize they're being treated cheaply. There's not enough reward in it. Look, they wanted all this reward for themselves. They're going to realize, wait, I thought that if I could just, do it all, they'd give it all to me. No, that's not how it works. Maybe they had a limited amount they would give one person, and it was their job to find someone to come in and help so that person could also get their share of the reward. And there was going to be more that way, but they were not going to give it all to this person. They had it mistaken. They were mistaken about that, Pal 3. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pal 3, as to how will you be getting the last laugh against your enemy or hater. If this resonated, give it a thumbs up. If you found this reading enjoyable, give it a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading, Pal 4. So, how will you get the last laugh against your enemy or hater? Let's move your number over to the right. Over here, you chose the green Agate crystal. Let's turn it this way. Or you may have chosen, or maybe you didn't, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Okay? So, let's see here. And if you didn't choose the zodiac signs, that's totally fine. You went with your intuition. That is wonderful. That means you're guided here for a reason. Let me go ahead and do an energy read on you here on how you get the last laugh on your hater or enemy. So, Pal 4, what I'm getting is that you're going to be very successful when it comes to like money dealings. Okay, when it comes to prosperity, things are going to flourish for you. You're going to be abundant. So if they had stolen money from you or tried to mess with your money situation, you're going to be having a major bounce back, or what they did to you is not going to whatever they did to you is not going to derail your blessings in that regard. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. Whatever you touch will flourish. So I'm getting the feeling that maybe they try to mess with your ability to manifest something. Maybe not your ability to manifest, but what you are trying to get done or get accomplished or manifest for yourself. They may have tried to disrupt this, and the way you're going to be getting your last laugh is they're not going to be successful. I'm also getting, Pile 3, that you're going to be, I keep getting bounce back. You're going to have a bounce back of some kind. Also, the way you're going to be getting, having the last laugh is you're going to be getting healed through natural means. Maybe this might have been like someone who was trying to get you to do something their way, or maybe they had a certain man-made option or method that they wanted you, or some approach they wanted you to take, and maybe you took that method and used it and it didn't work for you, or maybe you shunned it, and path that you're choosing, whether it's natural medicine or natural methods or your own, maybe honoring your own intuition or your own ways, your own methods, is going to work out really well for you, and that's going to be your last laugh. I just see growth, fecundity, and success in your situation. You're going to be healed, pile 4, over this. You're going to overcome this. You're going to be healed. You're just going to bloom. You're going to flourish. You're going to bounce back in a major way. It's going to be like nothing ever happened. Like this person had no effect on you. Okay. You're going to have the last laugh, pile 4. Again, I'm just getting material success for sure. Your material success and your money situation is going to be protected. Okay. It's like they underestimated this about you. Your situation is going to be stable. Your creativity is going to be at an all-time high. Okay. Your creativity is going to be honored. Your intellect is going to be seen. Your situation is going to be very positive or remain very positive. What has happened here between you and this person is going to bring you clarity and logic. You're going to learn and understand your situation very well. And this is how you're going to be having the last laugh on them. You're going to be able to see things clearly. I also feel like, I just see like a lot of money for you for some reason. I'm also seeing that your life is just going to be very positive. This is how you're going to be having your last laugh against your enemy or hater. Pile 4 is things are going to be very positive for you. You're going to have a lot of luck and a lot of loyalty. People are going to be very loyal to you, and they'll take your side, maybe even against your enemy or hater. Or you're going to have people in your corner, okay, who will they'll be the ones to give you warnings if something, your enemy or hater is coming around, or they'll look out for you. I'm seeing that they'll look out for you and let you know what's going on with your enemy or hater. You've got people in your corner, pile 4. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh, is that people will be rallying around you, be loyal to you, giving you good energy. And it's because of your good energy that they'll be doing so. And there's just a lot of life and light around you in the future. And I feel like this person is going to receive a warning. They're going to be warned. This is how you're going to be getting a last laugh, is this one's going to get some type of warning or some type of alert. Your enemy or hater is going to be given like either a ticket or warning, or going to be given a reprimand or something like this. But yeah, you're just going to be very happy in your life. You're going to be very happy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what the tarot cards are saying. And I wanted to look into how they hurt you, how your enemy or hater hurt you, so we can create some resonance, so we can be sure that we're on the right pile. Let us begin with the 6 of Cups. Ooh, you might want to watch pile 3. Pile 3 had the 6 of Cups in it as well. So you may have known this person for a long time. They may have hurt you during your childhood, or maybe they hurt you maybe in your young adulthood, maybe your teenagehood years. This person may have hurt you. It's possible that they may have hurt you through your kids or through some children. Maybe they took children away from you, or try to hurt you through children. Maybe they didn't want to give you kids, or I don't know, something to do with kids. Let's keep looking and get more information. The 4 of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like this person, the way your enemy or hater hurt you is that maybe you wanted kids and they said no. Maybe this person, the way they hurt you is they gave you burnout. They stressed you out. This person stressed you out. They stressed you out a long time ago, and to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go rest. I need to go take care of myself. I am exhausted. They burned you out sometime in your past. They were a very stressful personality. That's a possibility. We have the 10 of Swords, right? So, pile 4. I feel like this person, they may have stabbed you in the back. They may have caused you to collapse. Maybe they messed with you so badly that it impacted your health. I see 2 people reclined here. So almost like you were just like, oh my gosh, I'm done. Oh my gosh. Like they were too hard on you. They were too hard on you. They were very hard on you. They may have gotten in the way of your plans or something you wanted to do until you gave up, something like this. They may have it maybe have been a situation where they tortured you emotionally or mentally, and it's like you just kept trying and trying and trying with this person, and it kept not working out and kept not working out and kept not working out, and until it was just beyond dead. This situation was just, I almost feel like you may have been physically abused by this person. That possibility. I'm so sorry if that happened, pile 4. I feel like you were caught up in a situation with this person whereby they harmed your health, or they repeatedly victimized you in some type of way, or I'm also getting that they may have exiled you or rejected you from a group that you grew up with, or a group of people that you knew for a very long time, or place where you grew up from. This person rejected you from there or exiled you from there. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands. So I feel like this betrayed you when it came to, celebrating milestones. So almost like this person, they were supposed to come visit you when you were a child for your birthday, but they didn't make it. Come see you at school when you graduated, but they didn't make it. They just failed you so many times. They failed you so many times, Papa. I'm so sorry. Okay? 5 of Wands. This person may have been a very conflicted individual. Perhaps you called them out on this, and instead of saying, you know what, I'm so sorry, I'm going to get better about this, they fought you instead. They argued with you. They butted heads like, well, really, am I, who's to say that I'm actually supposed to be there, or something like this, or why am I required to be there when they were your parent, or something like. It could be someone you were dating. Maybe they were supposed to, maybe this was your childhood sweetheart, and y'all grew up together, and they've just always not been great to you. They've always not been great. They've failed you a lot, pile 4. Maybe there were some good moments here or there, but by and large, it feels like whenever you try to get them to do right, or call them out on, you failed me here, you betrayed me there, or I got burned out waiting for you, or I did a lot for you, I gave you gifts, but you mistreated me. It feels like this person was all set to fight you rather than try to make good or repair what they did wrong with you. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got Strength. Okay, that's spelled weird. It's a typo. But what I'm seeing, pile 4, is that this person, they had a lot of lessons to grow through. They had a lot of things that they needed to get better about, and they failed a lot of these types of tests. Okay, they weren't brave when they needed to be brave. They didn't confront themselves and say, you know what, stop, get yourself together and be out there for pile 4. Pile 4 needs you. Or they didn't give themselves that talk. Maybe they were afraid to show up and be at certain places for you and represent for you because they were afraid, or they were a coward. I think they may have overpowered you even in some cases, okay? With the Strength card popping up like this and answering the question, how did they hurt you? They may have lashed out at you and been mean and showed their beastly side to you and refused to let you, quote unquote, tame them, in the sense of, you know what, my bad, you're right, I need to do better. They didn't submit to doing the work, you know what I'm saying, on themselves, improving who they were as people. They didn't want to do better for your sake. They didn't want to do better. Wow. We got the Magician. This person may have scammed you. It's possible. Or this person may have mishandled you. They may have tricked you or deceived you. Maybe into saying, they may have told you, oh, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, sure. And they just lied and never showed up. Or they would, maybe they would come visit you, and you would be nice to them, and they would connect with you and bond with you, and you would give them stuff, and they'd be like, oh, thank you. And you would be sweet to them, and they would receive it from you and give you loving, nice energies. And then you say, okay, well, I'm glad we're doing this. Can you go ahead and, I have an event coming up and I need you to represent for me, and, all this. And they wouldn't show. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. They lied and would deceive you and say they were going to be somewhere, but they weren't going to be there. Pile 4, they weren't going to be there. And then when they didn't make it, and you tried to call them out on it, they would act a fool. Wow, Pile 4, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at how you will be having the last laugh against this person. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. So your last laugh, Pile 4, is that you're not going to be putting up with it any longer. You're not going to be putting up with it any longer. You're done. You're done with being made a fool of. You're done with, being sentimental about them. You trusted them because you grew up with them, or maybe you grew up with them, or maybe you just felt like that innocence. You saw the innocence in them. But no more, Pile 4. You no longer view them as an innocent. Okay? And they can no longer fool you. You're very perceptive now. You have become almost cold-hearted towards them. This is how they were able to manipulate you in the past, was through this sentimental, we grew up together, it's me, and all this. And this is how they were able to fool you for a while. But you're done with that phase now, Pile 4. You're done. And you're having the last laugh by being cold. You're going to be cold. That's your last laugh. You're done with coddling them, or you're done with treating them like a child, or done with treating them like, I know you. Oh yeah, I know you. We're good. You're done with that. Okay, this is how you're going to be having your last laugh. Maybe they don't expect this from you. They've repeatedly relied on this dynamic that they know you, that they grew up with you, that they've repeatedly relied on it, but you're not falling for it anymore. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. We have the 8 of Swords. I feel like your last laugh on this person, Pile 4, is that you have... It's possible if this person was like a criminal, someone who scammed you, you may have reported them to police and they're now in jail. Or maybe someone reported them to the police and they're now in jail, or they're in prison. And that's your last laugh on them. This will be your last laugh. Maybe they are not in prison yet, but they will be. Okay, that's a possibility. Just a message coming in for some of y'all. And, they kept staying out of certain situations where they needed you to be. And so this time they're going to be staying out of situations because they're in jail. This is going to be your last laugh on them. All right. I'm also getting that they're going to feel a sense of scandal about this, Pile 4. You deciding, I don't want anything more to do with this person, is going to be a huge blow to their self-esteem and the way they view themselves in society. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, Pile 4 doesn't want to see me anymore, or Pile 4 is not coddling me anymore. Like, this is not good. You're going to make them, your last laugh on them, or one of your last laughs, is going to be that you are no longer going to allow them to victimize you, and you are now free of them. You're now free of them. They're going to feel it's a scandal because you don't want anything more to do with them. This could be a divorce situation. Your last laugh is going to be you divorce them, and the scandal of it is going to make them feel very ashamed and insecure. It's going to be your last laugh on this person. They're going to be like, oh my God, this is bad. This is really, really bad. They're relying on your never-ending loyalty. No matter how badly they treated you. In fact, if you try to call them out, they would fight you, argue with you. They didn't want to treat you right. This person may have been spoiled from, maybe y'all were high school sweethearts, you've known them a long time or something like this, and they were just used to you. They took advantage of your innocence and the naive times where you just trusted blindly, and you're done with that now. And you may have they feel scandalized by this treatment from you. Okay, interesting. Okay, we have the Devil. All right, so Pile 4, your last laugh over this enemy or hater of yours is that you're free of their control. Yeah, I got that with the 8 of Swords. I feel like this person, they really prided themselves on have a hold over you no matter how badly they treated you. They felt like they could either keep you reined in with the childhood memories or the long time memories that you all been together so long, you have memories together. Or they could keep you reined in with the fights where they would refuse to do what you asked them to do, or they would refuse to treat you correctly, and they'd fight you and all this stuff. Okay, they feel like they just had you roped in. But what's going to happen, the way you're going to have a last laugh, is that you're going to detach yourself from them. Okay, and you're no longer going to feel insecure about being viewed as not with them anymore. Okay, you're going to overcome this fear. I'm also getting that your last laugh is going to be that this person, they're going to meet someone. Okay, they're going to meet someone who is very toxic, and they're going to get tied in with this person or this situation. Someone will be abusing them. Okay, you're going to find out about this. Your last laugh is that someone is going to sort of have them hooked. I'm getting like people that, slavery, someone is enslaved and has a debt that they need to pay back. So they're going to be treated like a slave, or they're going to get caught up in a situation where they can't get free. They can't get loose, and they're going to be abused. They're going to get in with a very abusive person that, it's almost like they're finally going to, your hater or enemy is finally going to get with someone who's going to give them a taste of their own medicine. Okay, even worse, like worse than what you got, even. Okay, because I got that they butted heads with you, fought with you. They may have dominated you by being too harsh on you or too hard. They may have hurt you. I hope not physically, but they may have hurt you. They fought with you. They tried to scare you. They tried to intimidate you. They failed you. They backstabbed you. They didn't show up. They abandoned you. They didn't come through. So that's pretty bad, but I feel like this is going to be even worse. Okay, your last laugh is going to be that they're going to be getting in with someone who treats them like complete and utter crap, and it's going to be very bad. Power 4. I'm getting like someone's going to be very cruel to them. You're going to have the last laugh maybe because they will become addicted, and they'll form some sort of negative habit. They may get into an abusive relationship. They may be treated very cruelly, or they'll become enslaved, or they will be tortured or something like this. Someone's going to torture them. I feel like maybe they may become treated like a slave or a prostitute or something like this. I feel like this person might have to become a sex worker. And I'm not looking down on sex workers. I'm just saying that maybe they feel driven to this. They become driven to behave because they need money. They behave in very toxic ways, or they may become part of a very toxic relationship. Yeah, part of a very toxic relationship. And this is going to be your last laugh, because it's like you were trying to offer them a healthy relationship. Pile 4. You were trying to do it right with them. You came with a purity of heart with them. You wanted to give them the best, but you wanted the best in return. And all they did was give you trouble, resistance. They gave you some good memories here or there, but they were just bad. They lied, they tricked you, they fought you, and so they're going to be getting theirs. Pile 4. Okay? Because they're going to get into a very abusive relationship with a very cruel person who treats them like complete and utter shit. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to your next. This is going to be part of your last laugh. We have the Death card. They're going to undergo some sort of change, Pile 4, and it's not going to be good. Okay, there's going to be some sort of permanent and irreversible change that this person is going to undergo. It could be that you'll be telling this person goodbye. I mean, like, for real, forever, for good. And this is part of what's going to be your last laugh, is because this person thought that y'all were going to be forever. They thought that you would accept this nonsense, and you will be telling them goodbye. This is going to be part of your last laugh for them. Something in their life the good times is going to come to an end. The good times, and that you tried to offer them, that you had some happy times and memories together where you tried to do positive, wholesome things with them. This is going to spell the end of that phase of their lives. Okay, and there's going to be some type of change that they were resisting, and they're going to be forced to undergo that change. Maybe they were resisting getting a divorce, or resisting separating from you, or resisting, ending the relationship. But you're going to force this. And this is going to be your last laugh. They're not going to like this change, Pile 4. They are not going to like it at all. I feel like this person, they may get into a relationship with a bigoted person, or like an evil person, Pile 4, who's going to treat them, I want to say 10 times worse than what you got treated, honestly. Because good people are not going to want to get with this person. This person that your hater or your enemy. People are going to see, they're going to be surrounded by scandal. So the only person they can get with is someone bad. Okay? And because people will know about how they behaved. I'm getting that, especially with the 8 of Swords. I mean, they're going to undergo a change that they've had a lot of fear about. So it could be ending their current way of life with you. Yes. No longer living with you. Yeah. All the comforts of domestic bliss that they were enjoying, that's all going to end. Okay. This is how you're going to be having your last laugh on them. Also aging. I feel like this person, they're going to be aging and looking kind of old. And you're going to be looking a lot better than they are. Right? They were holding on to something very tightly, and they're going to have to be forced to let it go. It could be a home, a house that they had with you. It was everything to them. And because of this change you're going to be forcing upon them, this is going to be your last laugh. They're going to have to let that house go. They're going to lose it. Maybe you will sell it, or they will lose access to some place that's very, very nice for them. I feel like this person, it's possible that they traded you out for a younger person, if they were in a relationship with you, and they're going through hell. They're going through hell being with this person. They may be undergoing a midlife crisis, and you may witness this. Okay, next we're getting the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. So, Pile 4, you're going to be getting your last laugh on this person, because you're going to end that way of life, and it's going to enrich you. It's going to enrich you. You're going to be alone in a garden of plenty. Perhaps you have a good source of income, and you're refined. You've graduated. You went to school, or you worked on your career. You maybe saved up a lot of money, and you're independently wealthy. You're going to create a wall. I see you walling this person out, and you being like, I'm going to be by myself. And this is how you are going to have your last laugh, is you're going to be enjoying life in almost like a paradise-like haven that you've created for yourself. And this person is going to be excluded from it. And all the chaos and wahala is what they call it, in Nigeria. Or all the conflict that they brought to you is going to be a thing of the past. And your last laugh is going to be, oh, you don't get to be a part of this garden. This is my space now. I'm not going to share any spaces with you. Go figure that out on your own. Go figure out a space for yourself somewhere else. Not with me. Not with the good things I offered. Okay? I'm definitely getting like a divorce vibe here, guys. Or a long-term relationship that fell apart. We have the Hanged Man. Oh my gosh. Guys, your hater or enemy, they're going to have to go through a time of suffering. I'm getting prison again. I don't know why. I'm getting like Hangman, 8 of Swords. Could be prison for some of you. I feel like they're going to commit some crime. They're going to get in with bad people and commit a crime and get caught and go to jail. It's not gonna, but you're going to watch them suffer in jail. Gonna watch them suffer in jail. Maybe they were abusive towards you and they end up going to jail over this. Yeah, maybe they beat you, and I'm so sorry. Please, God, I hope not. I hope that is not what happened, Pile 4. And if it is, you have my deep condolences and good riddance to bad fucking rubbish. But you're going to see them suffer, Pile 4. They're going to go through a state of lack. They're going to be lacking something. They're going to be lacking creature comforts, lacking... comfort. They're going to be lacking comfort. They're going to be living in uncomfortable situation where it's like they're going to be hung out to dry. Okay. which means, they'll be left in a very, very difficult and vulnerable circumstances. And this is going to be your last laugh over this person. It seems like you were bringing a lot of good things to this person, but they didn't want to treat you like you were precious and special. They didn't want to treat you with the respect, love, and dignity and devotion that you deserved. They didn't want to give it to you until it was ended. You may have forced a divorce on this situation. You may have forced an ending. And that they didn't want. They thought they could keep you there, but nah, you got free of that. And so they're going through hard times, Power 4. They're going through some hard. This is what's going to be your last laugh. Is you're going to be living in luxury, wealth, abundance, while they are living in poverty. They're going to have to go through a period of time where they have to patiently wait until some ordeal is over. So like I said, it could be prison, or it could be like a time where they don't have any money, or they have they're lacking some things. They're going to have to sacrifice until they can maybe pay off some bills or get through some ordeal until things get better for them again later on. But they're going to go through some long, sustained, uncomfortable ordeal and getting the gallows. So there's that prison, when people would get hung from the gallows back in the day. This is prison time for some of them. Okay, for some of the people in this, your hater or enemy, might be true for some of y'all, but not all. I feel like this person, they're gonna be thrust into an environment that's new, that they don't understand, that they're gonna be like, where am I? Oh my God, I've never been here before. This is so different, so new, and it's so uncomfortable. I do not like this. This is sucky, yuck. Like they're gonna be going through something they don't like. Okay, and this is part of your last laugh over them. We have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're gonna be abandoning this person, leaving them behind, walking away, and washing your hands off them. Washing your hands off them. This is going to be your last laugh over them. You're going to abandon them completely. Maybe they will be abandoned. You were disillusioned with them, and it's like you're so disgusted, like you even left some things with them, and you're like, oh, you can have whatever this is, I'm leaving. And but I get the feeling that the most of your wealth is with you. You didn't leave like truly valuable things there, but there's just this idea that you're gonna wash your hands off this person. Wash your hands off of them. You're done dealing with this person. They're gonna feel very abandoned by you. This is gonna be your last laugh on this person. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards and see what else is coming up. We can get more juicy details. We have clear your energy. Yeah. It's like an exorcism, Power 4. Yeah, you're gonna perform an exorcism where you're going to like clear this person out. Axe, see, forces working against you. You're gonna cut this person off. It's going to be part of your last laugh. You're going to be like, oh, you thought because I hung in there for so long putting up with this that it's just going to continue while you enjoy nice things, while you continue to get gifts from me, while you continue to have a nice home life. You will continue to abandon me, reject me, fight me when I call you out, or just bring me stress and conflict and chaos and bully me even. I see bullying somewhat, especially with the strength card. Okay. They refuse to be tamed, and I'm not talking about being tamed like they're a dummy, or like they're like some kind of subservient creature. I'm talking about they refuse to. There's a taming that happens in life, right? You maybe if you get married and you're with someone, and maybe you have a habit of leaving the house and not seeing where you're gonna go because you're just used to being by yourself, and then you guys have big fight, and this is just an example, okay? And then your spouse or your mate tells you, I need you to tell me where you're going because I get worried when I don't know where you are. I'm responsible for you. You're my person. I think that your last laugh against your hater or your enemy is that you have cut them out. That correctly identified them as a force that was working against you. Did not want to harmonize with you, did not want to support you, did not want to come together with you, did not want to make you feel like I have someone, I have what it is. So again, what I was saying is, when I was talking about taming, And so you have to do a self check, right? And be like, you know what, my partner's right. I may be used to leaving and going whenever I want, and I don't want to feel like I'm a baby and got to report to someone wherever I go. But this person's responsible for me, and I need to let them know they care about me, where I'm going, where I'm going to be, and when I'm going to be back. It's not about being controlled. It's about, informing my partner who I love, so they don't worry about me and they know where I'm at. You see? So in that way, they're taming you, right? Or vice versa. So that's the kind of taming I mean. This person didn't want to submit to simple processes like this. It's just an example. Maybe they did. I don't know. But it's just, this is the kind of energy you decided, or just, if you wanted to do something or get something done, maybe you wanted to improve your lives in some way, it was clearly beneficial. This person will butt heads against it because they just didn't want to support you. They got their minds are elsewhere. They're not right in the head. They don't want progress. They're not united with your goals. They don't think like you. They're not united with you. They don't get you. They don't have the same vision for life. They don't have it. And so you realize this person represents a force that is working against me. I need to clear my energy and cut this person off. You can see the hatchet, this battle axe or whatever. You're just cutting them off and you're clearing your energy. You're healing. This is your last laugh against this person. Let's get more information. We have help from a dentist. A dental emergency is a situation that requires immediate treatment to alleviate severe pain, stop bleeding, or preserve a tooth. Okay. All right, we're getting help from a doctor here. Some healing. We're getting more healing. It kind of reminds me of the star card, which it represents healing. Okay, and it's okay to feel small. Okay. So your last laugh against this hater or enemy, pile 4, is that you went and got healing. You went and got the procedure that you needed to get done. An infection was removed. A treatment was done. An abscess was drained. And you received antibiotics. So this is symbolic for there was something wrong, pile 4. This person was causing you a lot of pain. And you got rid of this person. Now you have a smile on your face. And this caused you to make that person small. They were no longer a big part of your life, okay? And they now feel small. They felt small because you went and got rid of the infection, which was them. You went and got the abscess drained, which was them. You went and got this emergency you were having that was causing severe pain taken care of. And this was them. And it's made them feel very small, being viewed as an infection. And this is how you will have your last laugh against this person, is because they will be treated like an infection that needs to be removed. Okay? They thought of themselves as something more. They're not. They have dirty money, illegal activity. I was getting crime. I kind of got like they might be involved in the underworld or have like crime or have to go to jail or something like this. We got confidence, trust, strength, self-belief, assurance, boldness, faith, conviction. So, pile 4, I feel like this person, they're going to become a criminal or do something illegal. And you are going to be a strong, upstanding member of society. So there's going to be this like juxtapositioning where you can stand in the light confidently, pile 4. Okay, you fly right, pile 4. This person does illegal activities to get by. They didn't make good choices in life. You can see that coming down with the devil card, okay? And they just don't, they're not right, pile 4. And this is how you're going to be having your last laugh against them, is that, it's like you are a cover for them. You are a shield. But with you separating yourself from them, they're now exposed as the criminal that they are. Or they're now more vulnerable. They don't have the cover of being with someone legit like you. And so people can now see them for what they are, and you're separating your confident, sure, clean energy away from them. And this is how you're going to be having your last laugh against your hater or enemy. We have inability to break free from harmful patterns and potential energy. So pile 4, the way you're going to have your last laugh, again, there's this theme that keeps popping up repeatedly. You getting away from this person, you breaking free. They thought that you could not break free of them. They really thought that. They thought that you would be with them forever and that you were never going to get away from them. That's what they thought. But your last laugh is, no, I'm going to break away and I'm going to start anew and I'm going to start growing again. I'm going to plant a new plant, fresh, pure, a new sapling, new energy. You're growing anew, separate from them. And this is how you're going to having your last laugh against this person. Okay? You're going to leave them alone to their own devices, their own negative patterns, and let them be floundering about and doing whatever it is they do while you separate yourself. You see someone standing strong by themselves, a plant standing strong, see, highlighted by themselves, away from these illegal, dirty shenanigans, separating yourself. This is going to be your part of your last laugh, pile 4. Next, we're getting married. Oh, wow. And long road, delays, trials, and tribulations, taking the long way. So pile 4, I feel like for some of you, how you will be getting your last laugh from this person, your hater or enemy, is that you're going to find a new mate. You're going to remarry. You're going to find someone who treasures you, treats you well, treats you respectfully, treats you with dignity, someone who takes good care of you even financially. Some of you might even marry someone very wealthy who treats you're like a kept woman. They're going to treat you like a golden Fabergé egg in their garden. Like, they're going to be like, I don't want anyone coming around my beautiful pile 4. This is my baby in my garden, and you're just being isolated and kept there. And this marriage is going to be for the long haul. Okay? And this is how you're going to be having your last laugh against this person. Someone else is going to swoop you up, marry you, and be like, ooh, I want pile 4. Pile 4. I better get pile 4 before pile 4 gets swooped up by somebody else. And I see that this person, this hater or enemy, they really prided themselves on being married to you. They really prided themselves on being attached to you. They did. No matter how they treated you, at the end of the day, they like saying, oh, I have a husband, I have a wife, I have a spouse, or I'm attached to this person, or this person's my person. They liked it more than they maybe even admitted, or they liked the status of it, the symbolism of it, the things that came along with it, the trappings. And you're going to be cutting this off, and they're no longer going to be appearing married. They're not going to be no longer be able to claim you. This is going to be your last laugh, pile 4. They're going to hit the road. You're going to hit the road, and this is going to be part of your last laugh. We have purpose, and number 13. Look, we're getting death again. We got death before here. We're getting 13 death. So pile 4, the way you're going to be getting your last laugh with this person is you're going to start a new career. You're going to focus on your career. You may even start a new career. Find a purpose, and you're going to feel so fulfilled. You're going to be leading a purpose-driven life. You're going to have a reason for getting up in the morning. You'll be contributing to society. Perhaps some of you will go on to be a teacher or something like this. It might not be that, but just you'll be maybe making presentations, or being a teacher, or working in the corporate, or I don't know, an instructor. I don't know what it is, but you're going to find a purpose, and you're going to be fulfilled. Pile 4. This is how you're going to be having the last laugh. Is you're going to be living a purpose-filled life, while they are languishing either in jail, or they're vulnerable due to their inability to break free from negative habits, like maybe illegal activities, or maybe, they'll keep falling to the trap of dating toxic people, or they'll be poor. I'm also getting that they'll be in poverty. That's coming up for you, and they'll be living in scandal as well. So we have eyeglasses, assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly, the fine print, estimate, closer look, focus, awareness, check the details. Ooh, nothing's gonna be slipping by you. Nothing will be slipping by you. I see some of y'all will be maybe going back to school or studying or something. We got illness, bed rest, medical treatment, medication, sickness, depression, exhaustion, checkup, poor health. So, pile 4. You are going to become more discerning, and you're going to take better care of your health. Okay? I feel like you're going to become more learned. You may go back to school, and you're also going to be able to see them more clearly for what they are, like we got with the Queen of Swords. You're no longer going to be falling for it. You're going to be able to accurately assess what's going on. You're not going to be caught up in sentimentalism or longing and all this. You're going to get over them completely, Power 4. You're going to get over them completely. You're going to be completely logical about them. You may go on to have a fantastic career as a medical professional, or begin your career as a doctor or a nurse or something like this, and you're going to do very well at it. This is part of how you're going to have your last laugh against your enemy or hater. It's possible with a few of you that maybe when you were to get together with them in the past, they had medical coverage, and with this separation is going to come a lack of medical coverage. Maybe they'll have issues that they need tending to, but because of the separation, they will no longer have access to good medical care. That's very specific. Just apply to your situation as it fits or as it resonates. And I see that they're going to fall ill, Power 4. I feel like in some of y'all's cases, this person is going to develop some kind of health problem, and they're going to have to seek medical treatment. And I kind of got that too. I was looking at this symbolically, but I'm seeing now that they're going to have some sort of some kind of medical condition. They're going to have to go to the doctor. They're going to fall ill. This is going to be a big blow to them, Power 4. Okay. This severance that they're going to undergo from you, where you're going to cast them out or walk away, it's going to make them fall ill. They're going to have to go to the hospital. It's going to take a major toll on their health. They're going to be hurting, Power 4. They are going to be hurting. And it's going to impact their immune system. It's going to impact their sense of wellness. And it's going to hurt their health. That's what it comes down to. It's going to hurt their health. And it's because you're going to make them feel very small and very irrelevant. Power 4, you made this person feel like someone big, someone important. You really did. You added a lot to this person. And they're going to come away realizing their confidence is going to be knocked down. And it's going to take a major toll on their health. They're not going to see this coming. That's what I'm seeing also. That's the vibe I'm getting. They're not going to see the fact that you're going to walk away coming, or they're not going to see the fact of how big of a toll it's going to take on their lifestyle, their worldview, the way they view themselves, their health, their money situation. They're not going to see it coming, how bad it's going to be. And in the meantime, you're living an elevated lifestyle, a purpose-driven life. You may even get remarried. You're going to take good care of your health. You're going to have clear energy. You're going to have peace. You're going to be more well-read. You're going to be intelligent. You're going to be more intelligent. You're going to go on to live this amazing life and leave behind the trash. You're going to leave behind the chaos, the turmoil, the abuse, the betrayals. You're going to leave that all behind. Maybe you've been someone who cheated on you repeatedly. That's possible too. That's what I'm getting for some of y'all. It's going to be someone who cheated, was a repeat cheater, repeat offender, may have been physically abusive. I'm so glad you moved on from this person. I'm so glad you're done. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Power 4. If this reading resonated, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this reading. I wish you the very best. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. I love to chat. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye!